now. It's a mess today. Hey,
You're a mess. It's all Marco.
Yeah, sure, right. I've been drinking a lot too much, probably. All right, here we go. Today we've got an action-packed show. Even though you think we might not, we've got Bad Batch covering. We've got Mando trailer that we're finally going to cover. I luckily haven't watched any of the. I just been partying way too hard. I haven't watched any of the breakdowns of the Mandalorian trailer, and I have not shown them the guides.
Either.
What we've done on we've actually been putting a lot of short content too, so we'll wait a couple more seconds for everybody to get out of the commercial break. But so with all that stuff, make sure you guys are checking out our shorts. Appreciate it. But we're gonna go over the Mandalorian trailer. Kind of broke it down into segmentations of how I feel the show is going to be, and we can have Dom and Wayseeker's opinion on it. I'd also like to say, what's up, Jedi? Jedi won't be with us today. He's taking a night off, and make sure you guys are checking out his show and voting in the poll for what are we voting for, Dom?
Voting for a chance to we're voting for a new intro song, which is
A new intro.
for
their show.
it is show So new intro. There's four options, right, Pete? There's still 4 options.
There are, but don't pick the last one because that's the one that's causing a problem with.
Okay, so if you're watching,
3 options.
It's just a pain. It's not that it's just one of those pain in the ass things that happened to me on Hidden Gems for like 6 weeks in a row.
All right. If you do pick,
just pick the last one then.
Just pick whichever one you want.
Pick the
right
last
now,
one.
I think B was in the lead from what I saw. The quick, short one.
Looks like unfortunately Dom's Cowboys are going to lose. Sorry, Dom. And then but also we're gonna try to talk Wayseeker off the ledge with Bad Batch. We're gonna cover a couple new comics. And then we're gonna do a new segment called The Chosen One, where we're taking 2 books, which I think are both garbage spec, and Wayseeker loves because he bought a ton of them, and we're gonna say you can only choose one. Which piece of garbage are you going to choose?
I like playing garbage. It's good for you.
Fun. That should be fun. But no, I mean, it's good because Wayseeker's getting into it and he's trying to do the whole thing. And we will see what the chat says. And besides that, I think that's it. Should be a pretty. Oh, we got toys. Dom's got a big toy segment. Besides that, should be a pretty short show. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. John, can't wait for the show. I hope it's under 3 hours. I fell asleep before the end of last week's show. It will be under 3 hours. We don't have 3 hours of content. Star Wars Sunday, the Dark Side Crew.
You're jinxing us again. We said that.
Where else y'all gonna be? Catch you on the rewind, guys. Have a good day on. We will. We do know that the football playoffs are happening right now, which usually we're gonna see a lot of people here in the.
And San Fran just kicked a field goal. Now it's 19-12.
Still 3 minutes.
Well, a lot of people are gonna watch us in the replay, and they're already gonna know the score. Just so you know, now. All right, John, I fell asleep every week. I usually get woke by Marco ranting. Good job, Ed. Saying hi for the algorithm. Thank you. Also, Falling Down. That is a great movie. Eric Hurd, hi. Thank you for the shirt the other day. We tracked him down. We got it. Hey, all. We'll be hopping on a little. Yeah. As you can see, he's got the X-Wing pilot, I assume. Thank you for the sub, Joe. I know why you're hopping on later. You're probably watching the game.
I love the
Or the Last of Us. He might be watching The Last of Us.
The Last of Us is on too.
Maybe, but I think people watch that whenever. When's that Last of Us end?
Like an hour?
40 minutes from now.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah,
Well, we can go through comics.
It's on 9 o'clock.
Crack on! Thank you, Blue Beetle, cool guy. Oh, so we're going versus all of it. We're just deciding to put a show on. We're up against it. Yeah. We're gonna hold. Thank you, Sticks. We're gonna try to get everybody back to step back for our lunch. Make sure you guys, from what I hear, last night's episode of SNS was brilliantly funny. So make sure you check that out. What's going on, Wookie? What's going on, my man? All right, so we're going to go through comics. I think part of the reason is people know that they can avoid some of these comics this week because, holy fudge, your nuts, they're not good. We will get into them. I mean, what else? Oh, no, we got news first, right?
News first? We got lots of news. News is a busy week.
Okay, let's get into news. Yeah, let's get into the news.
All right, we've had some light weeks, so we got some things going on this week, I guess.
Hey, Sarth, what's good?
We broke some records by a lot. Mando Season 3 trailer set unprecedented viewing records, 84 million views in the first 24 hours. The previous record was like 58 million views in 24 hours.
I have a
That's a crazy percentage jump over the most watched trailer. So
I don't want people to give away at all, but we are okay with this trailer, right? In general, nobody's crying about it. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was great. It's great. Everybody and people loved it.
Well, not everybody, because I got a lot of messages saying like, "What the hell is this bullshit?" And I'm like, "Dude, for real? Like, it's a trailer. What the fuck did you want?"
Listen,
and half the stuff we do,
Spider Monkeys, and you have Bubble Freak. Come on.
Yeah,
I like it.
I've got to come on, so I guess it's got to be good. All right, what's up next?
So we got some Mando news here. Pallyfest, it's a big TV show festival in LA, I guess. We'll be opening with a screening and Q&A with Mandalorian. It'll be Favreau, Filoni, Rick, whatever his name is, the big director for this one. They're all going to be there for Q&A. So
can you ask Favreau why he hates fucking Star Wars? Can we do that?
No.
How much does it cost?
You go to LA, you ask him yourself.
How much does that cost? Let's send somebody. Who wants to go? Who's out in LA? And tell me how much a ticket is for this. We'll send you as long as you can ask Favreau how much he hates Star Wars. Yes. Please.
Yes, please let us know.
Please. Whoever that is, we'll pay for your ticket. I don't know. What do you think a ticket to this costs? It can't be more than a couple $100, right?
No, it can't be. It's just a TV show festival where they do like all the big TV shows and they have them
they generally kind of focus in though, like on a show, and they'll have like full show cast there.
So we'll be willing to reimburse up to $200 in expenses if you get taped and give us a view asking Jon Favreau, are you a fucking moron? Okay, next.
So Styx wants to be our guest, I think, is what Styx is saying there in chat. You know, he's probably already is a member. So.
Oh, good. Styx, are you going to be there?
More Mando season 3 directors. All of them are announced.
Oh Jesus!
Favreau is not directing this season. Either is Filoni, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
We have quite a few big name people coming in though. So the Spider-Verse director here is doing some, and so I think everybody is pretty well known. I was pretty excited to see the cast of directors. So. And I'm excited that Favreau is not doing any directing as well.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah. So I think that's good. I was really excited with the cast of directors. So that's the Mando news for the week. We also got directors news for Ahsoka. Ahsoka has a familiar director, Steph Green. Do you remember where Steph Green directed?
Seth Green for a second.
Seth Green?
Robot chicken.
Do you remember when Steph Green directed? We'll see if you are excited about this or not.
Robot Chicken, and didn't he also do? He was like, what was the one where he was the party kid or whatever?
No. Which Star Wars did he? Stephanie Green.
This is Steph Green. I misheard him. That's
Stephanie Green. No clue.
All right, Book of Boba Fett, episode 2.
Was that Black Hay episode?
This was with the Tuskens and the trip
in the desert.
This was like all flashback, but it's also the train heist. So I had the train heist. Yeah. I think Marco liked this episode.
I like that episode. Yeah. I actually like that episode.
This is like, I think it was the best episode of the Boba Fett portion.
Yeah. The non-Mandalorian Boba Fett episodes. Yeah. This actually was really good where they go after the Pikes. Yeah. And they had all the action and they did the whole thing. It was like a combination of like 310 to Uma and like a bunch of other shit mixed together all in one. And yeah, dude, it was really cool.
Marco actually had hope. Like this was the episode where like he's like both
JJ loves them.
And then after that went to the mob.
JJ's gonna hate Mando, dude. I think there's gonna be there's gonna be a couple flashbacks in Mando, so he's gonna be
there's a lot of Mando.
There's gonna be some flashbacks, but I'm excited for the flashbacks. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the all right, so they're talking about a Mentosaur is gonna be in this season 3.
Stop.
Let's hold off on season 3 till we get
listen.
Oh no listening. No listening to Dom making up crazy shit.
It'll be a flashback, or you think it'll be for like in real time?
I don't think at all. What do you mean, Dom?
Boba's gonna have a pet.
Oh my god.
He's gonna ride it. He's gonna ride it, Boba Fett.
You already got to ride a Rancor. What do you want him to ride? Everything?
Yo, he is the rightful ruler of freaking Mandalore. If you really think about it.
No, he's not.
No, he's
not on any fucking level, is he actually?
No, there's no way that you can
actually he's probably like in reality.
Jethro Real was the leader of Mandalore, and Jango Fett was the next one that was going to be in line to be the leader of Mandalore.
You were, dude. First off, that's First
he
off,
was
that's
the leader of Mandalore back then.
no. He was the leader of a group of a second Mandalorians and he ended up getting fucking killed.
Yes, and then Jango Fett wound up going a different route. He was supposed to be the leader of Mandalore.
No, whoever kills under the new guidelines of Mandalore, whoever kills that. By the way, even after that, it doesn't matter because they've retconned all that shit to whoever holds the black saber. So if you own the black saber for centuries, or the dark saber, yeah. Sorry, it used to be black saber, now it's dark saber. Got it. Yeah, whoever owns the dark saber is the leader of Mandalore. Guess who never owned the fucking dark saber? Any three of those motherfuckers you just mentioned: Boba Fett, Jango Fett, or what's his name? Not one of them fucking owned it.
That's the real hat. The open season is actually
Real didn't have
part
it.
of it is
Caster Reel did not own the fucking dark saber. When did he own the dark saber?
Jaster, right?
Jester.
Jester.
He was the leader of Mandalore in open season.
No, he was the leader of. Oh my god. Okay.
He was.
All right, we're going to be forward because
go for it.
News.
Yeah.
So let's keep moving. We got some. I don't know if this one I can trust, but Lars came out this week and said that he has never been contacted by Lucasfilm to play live action Thrawn. So.
Dom, guess that's not right. Dom, guess that's not right.
I think it's a lie. I think he's going to play. I think it's just a.
The dude's like, I'm not doing it. Dom goes, I don't believe that shit. I believe some bullshit person. Dom, this is the problem. The person you believe is wrong 99.7% of the time.
Listen to me.
This dude who says, I'm not doing it. Okay.
Didn't Obi-Wan? Didn't freaking.
0.18%.
No, listen.
No, listen. I have facts.
How many times Ewan McGregor said that he wasn't going to play Obi-Wan again?
That's not true.
Yes, it is. It was true.
Did we not think?
I didn't hear anything.
Hold on. Did we not think he was playing Obi-Wan going into the Obi-Wan thing? When they said they're casting Obi-Wan.
He said there was going to be no Obi-Wan.
Raise your hand. Hold on. Raise your hand. Going into Obi-Wan if you didn't think Ewan McGregor was going to play Obi-Wan.
He never said. He didn't say he was going to play.
But Dom, you're talking about something he might have said over decades of people waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, when they didn't have an Obi-Wan fucking show. As soon as they announced there was an Obi-Wan show, everybody goes, "Yeah, it's going to be." Yeah. What are you talking about? This dude, the Thrawn's showing up.
Lied. How many times people lied? This is a freaking goddamn curveball.
None. You just said somebody. We said that's not what happened. You said how many times they lie? 0. So right now you're 0.0 on lies. Who's lying?
The problem is they generally, I don't think, will cast this old. Like Lars, unfortunately, he's getting up there in age. So him wanting to spend days and hours in makeup is probably pretty low. He probably doesn't want to do this to begin with.
What are you? Don't antagonize. Don't.
I can see them easily casting somebody younger because they'll put up with a lot more. Again, he's got to go. Look at all the makeup he's got to go through just to make him blue. You're not just going to paint him blue and say that's it.
You CGI face.
He's going to have.
You're not CGI. You're going blue,
dude.
You're going to be in there for 2 hours every day getting blue.
That's what I'm saying. But not only blue, prosthetics and the hair and everything. Like
BK.
Oh boy,
people are pretty mad about this one because everybody wants Lars to play Thrawn. I get it, but I think.
You know what? I don't. I want them to bring in somebody that we don't like, somebody who's so minor that we don't know. That usually turns out to be the best. Like when you bring in characters like people, it's usually the best.
Let me ask you a question. What about Benjamin Cumberbatch?
He said he wouldn't do it.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
He said there was no way that he would put on blue makeup every day.
He's lying. He's lying. 100% lying. What? People don't lie? 100% lying. It's him. He's playing it. He's lying. No. First off, no. That's fucking. Are you Dom? Why would you want Cumberdick to play it?
What?
Because when you seen the picture of him as Thrawn, he was freaking badass. The same thing like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. They had pictures of these back in the day, way before it's even been mentioned.
John's got an idea. What do you think of this one right here?
Yeah. Sounds fun. Did you see the picture of Shaq as Thrawn? Have you ever seen that one before? It's great. So he should put
all of a sudden, Thrawn's a real big fan of Papa John's for some reason.
Yeah, he's selling General Insurance real quickly. No, Dom. No,
spicy hot.
Have you ever watched Thrawn or read about Thrawn before? How do you think that Doctor Strange isn't Doctor Strange the Cumberbatch kid?
Yes, but
that's the dude you want to play Thrawn.
But he's also Sherlock.
He was great in Sherlock. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that, but he's not. But Thrawn is also menacing. When I see
Yeah, well, he was
Cumberbatch,
also, well,
I'm
I mean,
never thinking menacing.
he played a dragon. He was pretty good at Smaug, the voice. Well, and he did the motion capture for Smaug. And,
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
I'm
Pete.
just saying.
This
I'm
is
not
what we're
saying he
doing.
couldn't do it. I just think it would be a lazy pick.
So we're stretching it. We're stretching it. It would not be good. No. So there's no Dom. But I was asking Dom. Now you're stretching it to a fucking imaginary dragon that he voiced at one point and puppeted. Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
No, he didn't puppet it. They motion captured him.
All right, we're gonna keep going.
Like he had his tights on and he was crawling.
I don't know if I have the fucking energy for this. Yeah, Dennis Leary for Terry Floyd. Terry Floyd, thank you for that. Dennis Leary for Thrawn. Come on.
We got some. Daisy.
There we go.
Wait,
no.
Yeah,
Did you
and
see
I'm in
this?
my 40s. I wouldn't want to sit there
Bruce Willis
in
and-
makeup for hours.
Daisy Ridley was in the news talking about Star Wars and talking, how her opinions of Star Wars have changed and how she's more excited and she's been watching Star Wars shows lately. She was at the Black Panther premiere, and the person next to her said that this show that's coming up is amazing, and so she's been out there hyping up one of the upcoming Star Wars shows. What show do you think she's hyping up?
Mandalorian.
Skeleton Crew.
Nope. The freaking
Acolytes.
Acolyte. Yep.
Yeah, it had to be one. There's only 3 shows we can guess. We guessed all 3. Yay.
You could have got Ahsoka. There's 4. But no, she says everything she's hearing right now coming from Star
Tom, where
Wars
was Boba Fett season 2?
is Acolyte is going to be absolutely amazing.
Can I ask you a question? Like, let's think about this reasonably. If you're the person who knows the inside shit in Acolyte, right? If you're like somebody high enough that you know that shit, you're sitting next to Daisy Ridley, who at times has just spewed straight venom, right or wrong, about Star Wars fandom, okay? And how much she hates Star Wars. Are you really going to give her what's up with Acolyte? Are you really going to give her the run? You really think she's on the level? Like, do you think she's on the level where you're like, hey, yo, let me tell you something. We got this new show out. Don't tell anybody. Don't fucking ruin it. I know everybody treated you like shit while you were here. That's cool. But let me fill you in on all the secrets. Do you think that really happened? Do you think that conversation is how do you imagine that Dom, please inform me how the conversation and who the person was that's giving Daisy Ridley all this inside information.
somebody that is in cahoots with the Acolyte, like one of the producers. Sitting next to her. That's who.
So she's just chilling at a bus stop. The producer walks down and is like,
she was chilling at a show and it was there and we were talking.
on a show. She's just some random ass show.
It's the premiere of Black Panther. I already told you.
Black
I already
Panther.
told you
Premiere Black
where you got it from.
Okay,
Yeah,
Premier
and-
Backpacker. She's chilling in Europe. In Europe because she's not here. So okay, she's chilling over there. What's she doing?
She's sitting there watching and they were talking. She's mingling with the.
So while the producer's supposed to be producing fucking Acolyte, which is ongoing right now at taping, the producer's also shooting over to Europe to see the premiere, not in London or whatever, or LA or whatever, shooting over to Europe and then hanging next to her and going, hey, you used to be Ray and fucking you hate Star Wars. So let me tell you how great
Acolyte is shooting in Europe, though.
Is
so,
it? Well,
it
there you go. You might get it then. Maybe.
There you go. See.
You know.
See what?
Just
No, they're still not telling her. They're still not telling her.
Hey, she is out there talking about the Acolyte for some reason or other.
What's she saying? It's going to be good?
She said everything she hears is gonna be great.
Good. I'll take her opinion on it because she probably thought that the fucking original trilogy was good too, or the prequel, whatever the last one was. Yeah. That's
more Acolyte out there.
oh Jesus.
This week we saw potential leak for Daphne Keene's name. Supposedly she is playing a character named Jackie. Her agency put out a new whatever they're called, cover, whatever they do for the promote their people, and they listed all of her roles, and they said that she is playing Jackie in the Acolyte. So
Jackie.
I think
Who
it's
is
just a
Jackie?
fake name. I think it's just they did this before. What show was it? Obi or whatever, where the agency comes out. No, it wasn't Obi. Yeah, it was because it was for one of the. It was for one of the fucking biker people or some shit, and it's just like a fake name that they use, like it's a Blue Harvest type thing, or whatever their fucking call name is or whatever, because they don't use their actual names. And then I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but they took this down. So
they ended up taking it down, but
Yeah, which is the exact same fucking thing they did. Which is the exact same fucking thing they did a couple years ago when it was either Book of Fett or Obi-Wan. So cool.
Yep. So I don't know. We'll find out if she's actually.
She's gonna be in it. We know that much. So yeah, I mean, hey, so what? Dom, give us instead. Why don't we hear what this is, Dom? Dom, go ahead. I'm all for it today. I'm all for it today. Dom, what is this? What is
the code name of a Sith? She's going to be a Sith. In the
How does
the Darth Jackie strikes fear into the hearts?
Like Jekyll and Hyde, Jekyll for Jekyll, like Paul
So Acolyte, the show that's going to deal with Darksiders, she's going to be a Darksider. That's a stretch, bro. Good job.
You got it. Anytime.
What does Jackie have to do with anything, though? I don't understand what Jackie. I don't even understand why anybody cares. I don't even.
Jekyll. That's the only thing I can get.
I don't even understand why they took it down. My point is, why even take it down? Nobody gives a shit. Like
they probably who cares? More hits on their site for that they've had.
That's why they did it. That is 100% why they did it. What I don't get is why they took. Like I don't even get why they took it down. Like it doesn't make any sense.
So this is news that just came out a couple hours ago. Skeleton Crew appears to have wrapped production, according to the second unit director, George Cottle. So here he is on Instagram posting and saying, "Thank you. It's a great crew. Thanks for all the work.
He's
done.
Just done doing pickups and things like that."
Yeah. So we've heard lots of things in the background about Skeleton Crew about how it's way behind production. How it's not coming out this next year. If it's wrapped up,
I thought it was on time.
We're right on track.
Yeah, I heard. I've been hearing this thing's on time. I don't know where you're listening to.
I just heard something that it might be delayed to next year.
Yeah, there's been lots of rumors in the last couple of weeks it's delayed. So this is saying.
Oh yeah, but you guys listen to the Looney Tune shows that tell you other dumb shit too. If you've been watching anything like this right here, it says they've been on time.
Yeah,
how have they not been?
This makes it seem like they're on time to get that. Fourth quarter.
Let me guess what also on those sites you guys saw that said that this was delayed. They also said they're going to fire Catherine Kennedy this week, right? Did they say that too?
Not this week.
Oh, last week? Okay. Yeah. Next week? Okay. All right. Holy shit. Dude, we should have just had, the timer. We should have had like how many days of work since that rumor started? What would we be on, like 965 days? Shit. All right, go ahead.
All right, here's a fun one. Last of Us star Gabriel Luna also was Robbie Reyes, right? And was Ghost Rider and whatever show that was on ABC for Marvel.
Wait, hold on. I got to go back. Joe, actually, I forgot to give Joe a bell. Jackie Fett. Down. Jackie Fett is what we were looking for.
Ring the bell!
That is the answer we were looking for. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for the sub. All right, go ahead. Go back to it.
Gabriel Luna is campaigning for a Star Wars role. Dom, don't say it because you would probably already know it. What role do you think Gabriel Luna is campaigning for?
Who gives a shit?
Well, he's pretty
really
good.
Who gives a shit?
He's a good one. I would love to see Gabriel Luna in Star Wars.
How is it if it's a week? It's like, dude, these actors in Star Wars are like fucking Spider-Man comic books. If it's another week, there's another first appearance in comics. If it's another week, there's another actor saying, I'd like to play a fucking Star Wars character.
I'll just say, Gabriel Luna is a huge High Republic fan and has been reading every High Republic novel that has come out.
Oh, Ezra Mann.
Yes. Did you already see it?
Yeah, I did, because Calvin Scott, or not, what's his name? Soul said something, didn't he?
So you got some Soul responding here on Instagram saying, I'd be on board. Be an amazing Ezra Mann. And Kevin Scott then says, yeah, hell yeah. I'll get on board. So
interesting.
They're on for it.
Well, Soul doesn't have to get on board. He's actually he could actually make that happen.
He could
actually make that happen. He could.
So let's
have a meeting.
Does happen because that would be a really cool.
Who is he in Last of Us?
I have not seen the Last of Us.
He was the other brother.
He's the brother of one of the main characters.
I read books. I like role.
Is that Joel's brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the games, but I don't know. I haven't seen it.
A middle-aged Bo. A middle-aged Bo.
Is it Tommy? I think
Tommy. Yep.
Yeah. I hadn't played the game, but
I've only seen the first episode. He didn't have that much act. There wasn't much acting going on for him in the first episode. So
what do you mean?
I don't.
Well, the first time he had some stuff going on.
Yeah,
he shot somebody.
He had to leave to go get him.
He was Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you watch Agents of Shield?
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
he
did.
was
Come
the-
on, you watched Agents of
Robbie
Shield.
Reyes.
Robbie Reyes, yeah.
I didn't watch. I wish because I should have sold more Robbie Reyes bullshit, but no, I didn't watch Agent Shield. Get out of here.
Weren't him and Andor the two kids in that movie way back in the day? Why E2 Mama Tambian or whatever? It was like some indie
I
indie
know
movie
what
that had
movie
like a
you're
lot
talking about.
of buzz
Yeah.
around it. I think they were the two young guys in it. Anyway,
Is he Indian? Like Pakistani or something?
no, they're
No. Indie movie, not Indian movie.
Like
Oh, I thought you said
Indie,
Indian
like
movie, like
independent.
Bollywood.
no.
No. Fuck. I really
Yeah,
have
yeah.
been drinking way too much. I gotta slow back, bro.
Throwing some
Fuck
racial
that.
term because I gotta imagine that sounds wrong.
What?
If I were to call, it's an indie movie. Like I don't know, that doesn't sound right.
No, I thought you meant
That's
like
all I was
Indian
talking
movie,
about.
like from Bollywood. You know
No,
what I
that's
mean?
what I
That's a
mean.
genre. What? No.
No, not Hindi. Indie, independent.
Hey, BK. One more cowboy comment. You're getting muted, dude. Let the man. He's really stewing over that. Everybody, give Dom a break, okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not fun.
So there's going to be a new documentary Steven Spielberg is going to be doing about John Williams that has been coming out. So, he said they all thought he was going to retire, so he's going to do this documentary to support his retirement. Now he's not going to retire, so, but still, they're going to come out with this documentary.
That's what I was talking about, Brucifer.
Yeah. So
I just don't know how to pronounce it right.
if you're a big John Williams fan, make sure you put this on your calendar, and should be good. Steven Spielberg documentaries have always been pretty good, pretty well done. So I'll be excited for
I
it.
like John Williams music, so
Yeah, it's great.
fucking worst comic book ever. Look at this fucking shit.
Yeah, well,
What?
the Ewoks comic he looks like Ezekiel Elliott from the.
Oh, did I not put this on? Was this last week's stuff? I just didn't put it on the comic stuff last
No,
week.
this just
My
came out
fault.
this week. This came out
Oh,
this
did it?
week, and I didn't
put it on this
expect
week.
you to put it on there because
If you look at him, does he look like Ezekiel Elliott?
Well, yeah. You got the Ezekiel Elliott cover, or you got the My Little Pony.
we got the demon possessed Ewok, or we got the My Little Pony. I think we need to do a Katie Cook, get her on board for an exclusive for this one. Like I want to see an Ewok riding.
I said that BK. I said the same thing. Ezekiel
Make it happen,
Elliott?
Marco. Make a Katie Cook cover happen for this thing.
You want me to make it exclusive?
No. Just get her to get. I don't know. Get something happening.
You want me to have her? She comes out here all the time. You want me to remark her? Have her do a remark on it?
She needs something. She needs some more Star Wars covers. It's been a while.
Last time she was out, she was deathly sick and yeah.
She's great. I love her covers.
Is that her cover on the right? Is that legit her ass cover?
No, that's not her cover.
No,
it
it's
should
saying
be her
you
cover.
need her
It
cover.
should be a My Little Pony Ewok cover. It should be a Katie Cook cover, but it's not.
I will tell you, like all the people that do My Little Pony covers, you got Cook, or My Little Pony, you got Cook, you got what's his name? It starts with a Z. Very nice guy. And then you got Fleece. I enjoy all of them. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing when you have to buy them for your kids. It's another thing when you're like, oh, this is actually pretty fucking decent.
But you know what? That Ewoks cover is a pretty cool cover. You know,
The one on the left? I like Psycho fucking Ewok.
I like that.
I'm scared. I would not want to put that on my wall. I don't think I can sleep at that.
Oh,
Look at that Luke Byrne Vader.
That's one where I hope they should have made that a virgin, dude.
They are. It's a 1 in 100. That will be a virgin 1 in 100.
Oh no,
Yes.
I'm not. No,
Definitely.
no.
Make it happen. Marco's gonna be buying.
They should have made like a 1 in 15
Hey,
virgin.
for all
1 in
those
15.
Ewok fans, the first
Nope.
appearance of the Ewoks in comics. I'm just kidding. Hey,
I was joking that we should when this
I-
comes out.
I would think it's
rank the Ewoks just like we rank the Wookiees. So
We
maybe
should.
I'll make
We
that
should.
happen.
You know what?
100%.
That
That's
could
a
be
good one.
fun.
We should.
Dude,
I-
who steals speeder bike?
I also think that'd be nice if he ate that cow thing next to him in the book. If it's a horror.
well, listen. If you're gonna rank the Ewoks, you got to rank the Ewok that flew the ship in Han Lando's last shot.
We can make them all
Mhm.
happen.
There you
Oh,
go.
What about the
Oh,
guy
but
who shakes his
we had to
friend?
scrape the bottom of the barrel for the
I know when he
Wookiees.
died.
Trust me. We'll be doing the same with the Ewok listing.
You got to get the baby one that was scared by
Now we
three.
can get the
story
one
and
with
You get
the
the
do
Ewok. You
this.
get that Ewok cover. You get it autographed.
Yep. Keep going.
Is that a Momoka cover? I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's not
don't-
a Momoka cover.
It's not Momoka, is it?
Yeah,
I
the
don't think
second
so.
one is a Momoka.
I think it might be. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, the second
kind of
one
looks
is.
like it.
Yeah, what about that? I mean, they were gonna roast Han and them. So like, what if they start eating like humans in the horror book? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, cannibals. Well, they're not really cannibals. They're another
No, it's
species.
not
So
No, they
yeah,
are cannibals in a way. Think about it. How did Leah get the dress?
But they eat fruits and berries. They're not cannibals.
I'm taken to a dark place. They murdered some
They
family.
murdered some girl, took a dress.
Give it to her.
That's the dress that
Last
Yeah,
week's
but-
banquet. We'll just use their clothes.
No. Yeah, but no. I mean, I think they eat all types of it. They eat, what are they? It's not omnivores. What is it when you eat a bunch of different stuff?
What book was it where they had that Ewok story where like this
Scott
person came
Kevin
in
Scott.
and tried to take over the land and make it like a tourist. You remember the story where they tried to make it into like a tourist area and drove out all the Ewoks, and Han and them had to come later and save the day? Marco, you remember that story?
No, I don't remember that story. What are you
Actually, I
talking
know
about?
there's a story when they told Leia told Wicked, no, you don't eat humans or something like that. You said
No.
It was one of the books that they said that too.
I feel like it was in one of those short story George Mann books where like he did all those short stories, and there was one with like
You're talking. It was the second. Wasn't it the second version of? It was not from another point of view. It was the second one, which was no, or was it? It was the one with the knight on it.
it might be. I don't know.
With the dragon, where Obi-Wan fights the dragon in the desert.
Maybe.
But it wasn't Obi-Wan. It was just some knight that fights the dragon. In the...
What
No,
review-
it was the second from another point of view. What was the second another point of view called?
Well, the Empire. It was the Empire Strikes Back. The second one.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
it was
not
the,
that one.
Whatever it was.
That
Yeah.
was the.
I don't know. I'll go back and find it. But that was a
Yeah.
crazy story too with Ewoks. They did some crazy. They like to, I don't know, make really weird Ewok stories that make no sense.
But you could. I mean, you could an Ewok could. There. I don't know. I don't have a problem with an Ewok.
So let me get
eating
this
a
straight.
humanoid.
They want to make Andor. They want to make Andor like a resort, like
Yeah.
Gilligan's Island when they made the resort in Gilligan's Island.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. All right. So if you like Star Wars kids, second season of Star Wars Galaxy of Creatures just premiered with 2 episodes. These are like 3-minute episodes where they go
I was
over
gonna say,
like,
there was a season 1 of this?
yeah.
What was this? Like Viva Pinata, Star Wars.
No, it's like the kids' version of from a certain point of view.
These are fun. I enjoy these. They're great content if you have a young kid where they go over different creatures and tell a little weird story about them. Like, yeah, you would never imagine being a story. So if you have a young kid, check out Star Wars Galaxy of Creatures.
And what's the name of the creature? That goes to the Ewoks. It was like a.
The big Gorga, whatever the
What was
fuck
it?
it is.
The.
I don't think that's going to be
big
on this
Gorga.
kid show, Don.
Gorga Beach.
Yeah,
Scene.
I know.
That's not going to be on there.
Hey, you never know.
Hey, could you imagine how pissed some of these fucking losers are going to be that were mad about the like Pogs being eaten by fucking Chewbacca when they're fucking got Ewoks roasting humans? Or are they not going to care? They're going to be like, yeah, Justin, like,
That's justice. That's good.
Really?
That's good. Yeah.
fuck it. I think it's fucking hilarious. I think they should eat. I think they should put a pork. It should be like a turducket. So it should be like not Han, obviously, but you take a humanoid, you take a paw, you eat something else in it, and then you get a turducket.
Do we know what meat the Ewoks used as bait that lured in Chewie? Because I want to know what the hell they killed there.
Yeah, really.
It's a good question. Yeah.
That's a
It
good
could be
question.
human meat too, or humanoid meat.
Yeah, could have been the owner of that dress they gave Leia, like Dom's saying.
We got a warning sign for Dom next. Dom, don't get FOMO.
Oh,
Right here. We have a Cross Studio announces a
This is
limited
the stupidest thing
Boba
ever.
Fett watch retailing at $120,000. There'll only be 10 of these made in the world.
Listen, we're starting a Kickstarter. Please, let's start right now.
What would you do, Dom?
Is
Realistically,
that a
though, what-
canvas strap? You're literally going to make a watch for 120 grand and use a cloth canvas web belt strap?
Yeah, because if you're dumb enough to pay that much money for that, like, why would? Like,
Only 10. Come on.
Look at the
who
sticker.
cares? What are you gonna fucking do with it?
Dude, Dom wants too. I know.
No, but the point is, what the fuck, Dom? Seriously, what the fuck are you gonna do with this?
I got a
He's
Casio.
gonna wear one on each wrist.
Nice.
Here are special occasions.
He would never wear it.
Is it weird that sounded tasty?
What, the thing like this?
Yeah,
You
the-
put in a Dom don't get FOMO segment right here. I saw this one yesterday.
Good.
Couldn't help
Nah,
it.
listen, it's actually a pretty cool. I really do like that watch, but damn, you know what?
No, please tell me what you like
I
about the watch.
really, really hate the fact that they make these watches and items like this for people that don't even probably like Star Wars. I guarantee that buy them.
Just because you buy this watch doesn't mean you like Star Wars. What do you? I want to know because Pete's got a good point. Because what do you like about this watch, Dom?
The Slave One.
You can buy a Slave One. And you can stick it on a watch yourself.
Like that. I like that. It's a pretty cool watch, man. It's different. It's unique.
The strap is made of canvas.
It looks cheap.
Like an army belt.
It literally is cheap as fuck.
The strap's made of human hair. It's made of human hair.
Dude, it's made of human hair. Dom, do you even wear watches? Do you even wear watches?
I love watches.
I've never seen you wear a watch. Never. I've never once seen you wear a watch.
I'm always wearing a watch.
What are you?
Are you wearing a watch right now?
Let's hear it.
Wearing a watch right now.
Got a clock on it.
Bullshit.
I always wear a watch. But I'm not wearing one right now.
Dom, I've hung out with you more than a dozen times. I can't write. Oh, one time I can recollect you. One time when you dressed nicely to go out, I can recollect you wearing a watch. One time out of a dozen.
No, but I do wear a watch every day.
Yeah, it's called your phone.
No, I wear a watch, even though I think the batteries died. So the time is right twice a day. Remember that. So.
Wow. On that note, Dom, don't get FOMO. And the last news: Saskatchewan town builds a life-size replica TIE fighter for food bank fundraiser.
I love this. We need to do something like this.
Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Watch here. Watch number 1 here. My wife just brought this in.
Still in the box.
There's my Boba Fett watch right there.
That's
yeah, but hey, you can have her on because she'll tell you don't put that watch on. Ask her how many times. How many times he put that watch on?
Well, that one rarely.
Yeah,
I don't want to ruin it.
How are you doing, by the way? Love you. It's good seeing you. It's been too long.
But look, at least it has a real strap. It's not made of some fabric.
That's cool as shit. That's that Citizen watch, right? That's cool as shit.
This is the was it Invicta?
Invictus? Invictus, yeah.
It's a limited edition.
Yeah. That one's cool as shit. Yes, absolutely. But that doesn't have, like Pete said, that one looks like it's a fucking watch. Not like they took a toy and glued it on top of a fucking cheap strap and said, fuck it.
I had an opportunity to buy a bunch of these different ones at a time, but didn't.
An opportunity.
There's a guy in an alley.
My diesel watch. I got my diesel watch.
All sitting there on clearance.
Were they on clearance? I don't know.
They fell off a truck.
Yeah. So anyway, this is, if you're in Saskatchewan, you can look up wherever this home hardware building center is and go see this life size.
Tell her people are saying hi to her.
But this, I guess
Brock Lesnar's at. I wonder if
I guess they raised a couple $1,000s for the food bank by people coming in and wanting to.
That's cool. This is what we need to do. We need to get a dark side to build us something.
Yeah.
Like
what are you gonna build?
I'm actually not. I've been searching back for that X-wing that's on the wall, like the X-wing boat. And I think I just might buy it if I can find it. It can only be a couple $1,000s, so I might buy it.
Well, then where is it? How are you gonna get it to you?
I'm trying to track it down. I'm trying to track it down.
Then you're gonna need a location to put it at too.
I live off a fucking lake. I put it in the water.
You want to sink it in like loops?
No, it's a boat. No.
Oh,
boat, okay. There's a boat. Yeah, there's an X-wing boat that I should have bought and I never did.
I got you. See, but the only problem with that is you don't want to know you're going to be inviting people to your house to go ride your Star Wars boat.
Listen,
that's what I thought you were getting at.
Oh yeah, well, no,
life size AT-AT,
yeah, see?
then we'll talk.
Life size AT-AT.
That's what I want.
Okay, hey, now that's what we need a Kickstarter for. That's what we need a Kickstarter for.
That'd be totally cool. I'd be in on that one. And that
Tom always thinks big. He didn't ATST. No, screw that. We're going all the way to the AT.
Hey, I could have turned around and said you want a freaking Star Destroyer, but then it's not gonna happen.
That is the week in Star Wars.
Yeah. She's just like, here's watches. Throw up some watches. Good job. Anyways, no, that's cool. We should build something. Do we have anybody who can weld? All we have to do is find a welder. If we can find welders, we can build all types of stuff.
Yeah, then we can make a full-scale Slave One.
Actually, I used to work for Metal Shop. Cool. I used to work for Metal Shop, and I welded a little bit back in the day.
I don't know if I'm trusting. I a little welding back in the day.
If I'm going, a long time ago.
If I'm over middle, it's 62 feet going down real quick.
Oh,
yeah.
All of a sudden,
I repaired a couple of lawnmowers and small engines back in middle school.
Imagine
I could fix your car.
New York City has this big AT-AT that Dom's trying to build.
Tom, Hey, could you imagine somebody at Dom's work taking lip off? He's like, hold on 1 second. He hits the remote. The fucking AT-AT comes walking over. He's like, what'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? No disintegration. That would be fucking hilarious.
That'd be awesome, though.
Dude, that's amazing. Dom, we need to do that. Hey, how can we get... Let's figure this out. How can we get Dom
wherever
AT-AT?
he wants?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Where would he?
Parking space. He'll park anywhere.
Could you imagine it? And then you go inside and it's just wall to wall pops.
Oh,
Wall pops. It's like Boba Fett up. Boo, 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 boo.
And I might as well build a life-size Slave 1, if that's the case.
Oh, no.
Well, Slave One has to fly. I don't know if
You have to fly. It's just
Also,
everything.
how are you gonna keep your pops from falling in Slave 1 when the damn thing rotates?
Gyrates.
Stuck on the wall. So when it turns around like that, they go with the same way.
Oh, I got you.
If they move.
You can only have them in the cockpit, I guess.
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't have a flashing light like in that one fan-made film we had to watch.
yeah, we're gonna go crazy because of. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, Speaking of not so funny, let's get into comics this week.
Can we just skip it?
No, bounty hunters. Okay. So they have a flashback. That's what everybody wants in Star Wars is flashback of when some of this bounty hunter squad and Valance were all together hanging out. There's really no point in this fucking flashback. But then Valance is back and saying like, "Hey, what's going on, Tonga?"
I like flipping through and following along with you when you do these now.
And Tonga goes, "Hey, listen, Valance, remember that girl that you're trying to hook up with? You know, you're trying to scoot your little metal woo-woo in before you got the other metal girl? Yeah, guess what? You were hiding her, and the Empire fucking blew up that whole fucking planet. So they really don't have anything over you anymore, do they?" And he's like, and he has all these flashbacks. And then there's a skull that just shows up, and he's like, I got a skull.
Oh, man, yeah, you're speeding through this one.
Well, because next comes up pretty cool.
Like that one that you sped through on Wednesday. That
Yeah, so then he starts going on, then he starts going on a killing spree, which is kind of dope. So it's just a lot of Kagrunkas and Chijunkas and like lightning while he's killing shore troopers and powering up. And then we get some pew, 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 pews. And
Actually,
it doesn't do anything.
Look, the words out there when they made the words of what was happening, I thought it was like Venom, the symbiote was coming over.
No, if you look at the bottom, it sounds like he says, "Crack on!" But yeah, so they're shooting at him, but it doesn't do any good. He just starts body slamming people. Yeah, see right in the bottom. Crack on! Lightning's going off everywhere. He's just going nutty. He like punches through a shore trooper at one point. Then he just starts punching through walls. And then one of the people's like, "Hey, you're screwing the Empire. How they were going to give all these people medical supplies?" He's like, "Crunch. These aren't metal supplies. They're big surprise bombs." And they were. And then Bosk ends up in the water somehow.
So it's like a case full of thermal detonators.
It is pretty much. Yeah, they're bombs. And then he's like, "Wow," Bosk's like, "Come back and get me." And then all of a sudden, Valance is just like throwing shit everywhere, blowing up TIE fighters and shit, just going nutty. Then his new hookup chick's calling him, and she's like, "Hey, baby, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Yo, you don't even know. This is just some bullshit." And then she's like, "But no, the Empire's real good." He's like, "No, they're not. They're really bad. And you know better than that." And then she's like, "But we can come and save you or something." He's like, "You can't get me because they're going to kill me." And next thing you know, Darth Vader shows up, and they're going to go kill him. And that's what happened in Bounty Hunters this week. Pete, you see that? Pretty good?
I'm getting there.
All right.
this Vader is cooler than the Vader we got with Charlie's Angels, though. Like at least years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Vader. Yeah. If you see, there's actually one image I want to put that in there. There's one image right back down here where you kind of see Vader coming in through the background.
Oh, the shadowed silhouette. I was looking at that and I was like,
well, she's trying to convince Valance to come back in.
Yeah, there's a couple pages before he actually gets there, though.
Who's the lady with the eye? So she's a commander, and she also's got cybernetics in her eye. And right now, she is like Valance's like
she's
girlfriend.
got the same hookup with the modifier.
Yeah, a little bit. She's not like Valance is like 95% modified. She's only like 10%.
Lightweight.
Yeah. So that's his new girlfriend. So there you go.
Honestly, this is the better of the two, surprisingly, of the week.
That's not a hard bar. That is not a hard bar to pass, because now we've got who is is anyone reading this and it was going to say shit, but the Han Solo Chewbacca book.
I
Holy,
did not go with the finger wag. I went with the generic. Let's stand around.
who does the figure wag? Who was that one again? Isn't that a famous artist that does that?
That looks like a Todd Knock kind of.
No,
Look
it
to
probably
it.
is Nuck. So as Chewbacca was falling out, and we recapped last time, he's not going to die, and he doesn't because he just grabs onto a fucking passing taxi. Okay, cool. I will say the only thing that was interesting about this book is so then like the orb has an orb in it. It turns out that it's a fucking robot's mind. And let's get through all this horse shit. This is all just junk. Junk, word salad, junk. All of a sudden, he's like, wait, what is this? There's something inside of it. We got to figure out what it is. I know where to go with it. And then the guy calls up. One person goes, hey, Han Solo's here. But we got a bunch more pewing. So it's like, pew, 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 pew.
More
And
pew.
she's like, she stops fighting and shooting because he said Han Solo while she's being shot at by a bunch of people. So like, that's usually a good idea. While people are shooting at you, don't shoot back or defend yourself.
Uga
Just
Wa
stop.
Han Solo.
Uga Waka Han Solo. So then Han's walking through and he's like, hey, there's this guy that I know. I just don't want, is he a friend? No. Is he an enemy? Well, kind of, but not really. Well, who is it? It's Lando. He goes, talks to one of the Ugnaughts that know Lando. And they're like, hey, dude, you actually kind of know what this mine is. And they pretty much explain that's one of the mines from the droid Grata. By the way, remember droid Grata because we're going to talk about it later.
And I called it was going to be in this book, and you're like, no, it's not going to put it in this book.
What?
Back when we talked about it in Revelation. But
Droid
I said
Grata?
it was going to be in Chewbacca and Han. So I would just want to say I was right and you were wrong when we go back to the tapes
What are you talking
from
about?
Revelation. You said I said the droid Grata were going to be referenced in Han and Chewie, and
We've already had them referenced in a bunch of places.
in Revelations. We
Oh,
knew
I
they
don't
were
give a
coming
shit.
up.
That's
and
not what I
said
give a
it's
shit
gonna be
about.
in
That's what are you Lopez? Is this what we're doing now? You're
this
taking
one.
like
No,
some
I'm just trying
fucking
to,
you're taking
saying
some
that you
fucking
were
like something that nobody gives a shit about. I'm like, sure, yeah, fine. I don't care. No, they're probably not gonna do that. And you're like, oh yeah, you said you're okay. Got it, Wayseeker. Go put it on the board. Everybody, mark down today, the day that Wayseeker was finally right. Okay. All right. So they get the mind. There you go. Dom gave you a clap, an air clap. He almost gets killed by it. Once again, they put it in the shittiest book. So there we go. And then the dad, who's not the dad there, starts to arrest him. There was a little thing with the marshal, but it fucking sucked. This book sucks.
Yeah, when they
It's so
started
bad.
fighting
It's
Daft
so
Punk,
bad. So bad.
You know,
Daft Punk.
look, I know it's a bad book,
Quit,
but you know
quit.
what? I can see what
At
they're
all,
trying,
John.
to do, but it's not working.
No.
What are they trying to do?
You know,
Part us all with our money from our wallet.
yeah, that's one thing. Now, I'm just saying they're trying like too much, and look, we know Han Solo was the smuggler, but the way they're going about it, they're not doing the story justice on what it could have been. If the guy was his father, just say if it was his father, that would have been much better. Regularly handsome.
It's okay, Dom. You can say it. They're Book of Fetting him. They're just
Yeah.
But this comic writer, this is Guggenheim or whatever his name is, right? Doing this one.
Yeah.
Like, he just needs to stop.
Yeah. I don't think he's got a choice. They just, I mean, it's now we just need to set it on fire.
But he keeps doing things. He's going to be doing the final arc of the Yoda series because, like, each of the Yoda series is 3 different writers. Like, Kevin's doing the High Republic. I forget who's doing the middle one. Then he's doing the final Yoda one. I'm not that.
What the Yoda book? This is the Yoda book. That's another thing. Are they actually telling you the origin of Yoda?
What?
No.
Are they actually telling the origin of Yoda?
The Yoda one?
No,
you're
they're
not.
never telling the origin of Yoda.
Exactly.
Ever. We will.
Wait,
never
are you?
get that
Oh,
origin.
hold on. I wasn't as usual.
We did say that about Wolverine too.
Hold on,
They
real
eventually
quickly.
got around to it.
I don't pay attention to the shows that I'm actually on either. But did you just say that you didn't like the Yoda book?
No,
No,
I
no,
like
I
the
like
Yoda
Yoda
book.
book.
I like
I
the
don't
Yoda.
like
No,
that.
no. I'm not saying that
Guggenheim is
I
going to
don't
be
like it. I'm
doing
saying
the last 3 issues of the Yoda book.
because
I think that's the sad part.
This guy's gonna do the last 3. That sucks. Yeah. All right. No, but I think Yoda's really good. Next week we got Afra. Obviously, they're bringing back the sister because we know it's actually gonna be. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, it's gonna be probably decent. I don't want to curse it. It's
I'm
gonna be
actually
decent.
waiting for the Dr. Afra Black Series figure, the new one. That's what I want.
And
So you can just look at the cardboard box and
Yeah.
never see the figure inside.
it doesn't appear that Afra's ending. There was some conversation we had a few weeks ago about Afra
Yep.
ending in 30.
It doesn't
and
look
we
like it
saw
is.
31 is coming in April. So
31. Yeah, but I still don't know if it would be around 35 when she'd end.
maybe we'll
Not-
go to 35,
yeah.
but it's not going to stop at 30.
Not gonna stop at 30. No.
because usually you would stop a book at a certain milestone,
Well, so-
like 25.
No. They stop them so that
No.
you can get trade paperbacks out of them. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
When did they stop the first volume? That ended on a weird number too.
40.
Weird number.
40.
I think 30, right?
43.
What?
Yeah, 43. How do you pace that out for
No,
trade?
it's just 40, right? After went to 40.
Was it 40? I thought it was a weird number. I thought it had something in the back end, like 42 or 43.
I don't know.
30,
Maybe I'm wrong.
30,
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't remember.
Somebody can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah.
There goes the book for Jedi, the Dr. Aphra, the 40th anniversary of Jedi
Okay.
cover.
I
C-3PO.
don't want the
These two droids.
And this is the one I'm all in on. Give me this new character, Admiral
That girl, the chick, I think she's pretty badass. I like that. What's her name?
Barash. Barash is cool.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's next week's going to be a good week for comics. That's what I was actually going to ask at the end, but because we also get Yoda, which is why I was asking, because there's previews out for all these books. I was going to show you guys too. I think if not the whatever these books, whatever is there previews for these books, or did I just read these books? Whatever it is, I think there's previews out for these books. But
You can't even remember if you read the book or not.
You're just having a whole conversation with
Is it
yourself.
preview? Is it preview?
I'm excited for this one.
I was hoping one of you would be like, "Yeah, Marco, there's a preview. We read the preview."
In some way, there is something out there because it's dropping.
Yeah, I mean, there's good. They look pretty good from what I've read so far on these books.
And this will conclude the Kevin Scott portion of Yoda. So
You're the Yoda 1 in 25 or the Blade 1 in 25? The Blade 1 in 25 is dope as shit. Yeah,
Which
I
one's
agree.
the 1 in 25?
The one on the right, way right,
Yeah.
with
The first
Barash on
two,
it.
they need more. The backgrounds are just too.
No, that 1 in 25
too
is dope.
bland.
Yeah,
Poses are good.
actually, they haven't really fucked up any covers this week either.
Yeah.
I actually like the Yoda covers too. I
The
mean,
covers look pretty cool. Yeah.
I
Actually,
kind of dig the 125 in there too.
Actually, I like the middle. I like the middle cover.
Yeah, it's all right.
The
Yeah,
way
it's
he's
not
sitting
bad.
there and the
Yeah, the background's nice.
yeah, I like that.
Good. Because I got a little conversation going on later after this.
like the
The FOC, the Afro FOC book is
I like
fuck. The A cover is fucking.
I love that
stupid
A
good.
I like that. It looks evil. I like that.
Stupid good.
Yeah.
I got to get
That
the C cover too because I love Santa. So I got to get one of the C covers.
That's
Yeah,
probably
that's
gonna be the
actually
cover
good.
that I don't buy. Is
Oh,
Santa?
yeah.
Santa can eat a dick. She's a terrible
That's a good
character.
cover.
Damn.
Come on.
Horrible. She's horrible. Her character is trash.
Her
That
character's great.
cover's not bad though for her.
It's a good cover too. It's a good
Yeah.
cover.
Nah, but that A cover-
No, come on, bro. Every book and storyline she's at.
I like
she's
that.
in.
I
It's
like
not
Santa
good.
Stars. How many times have we had this argument? I'm excited for Santa Stars. I like
Yo, you
Santa
want
Stars.
that A
No,
cover
I know. That's the bit you do. That's the bit you do. Just like this bit right
I'm
here.
handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
I get it. It's a good
Can I
bit.
just like what I
Basically.
like, okay? Can
No,
I like-
I get that it's a
You
bit.
like what you don't have to. You don't have to
I think-
justify yourself to him.
I think everybody gets it's a bit. Wasinger. We
I
got
said
your
a
bit.
bit.
I love
Come on.
Sis. She's a terrible kid. Yeah. Every
No,
every time she has a storyline in a book, you're like, it's terrible. This book's terrible, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I love her though. She's great. Okay.
Now that A cover is going to sell out. That's the book that's going to sell out. I
A
like that
cover's
book.
good.
I like that A cover. Really
A
good.
cover's good. I agree. And
And then the FOC, like I dig. I'm gonna show it even in bigger. I liked all three of these, but for some reason the variant, for some reason I'm digging this Yoda variant.
What the third one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the fourth
yeah,
one,
the
not the one
Bradshaw
you
variant.
saw from
Yeah, I
Thor.
like that
The
one.
Bra-
It reminds me like it. It's like he's a bulky
I
muscles.
don't even know. Yeah. He looks badass.
He
I
looks a
don't know
little
why.
bit like a
Like,
battle beast.
Yeah,
he
right.
looks
yeah.
good.
That'll be it.
And then there, they got the Mace Windu.
Mace
You gotta get the Mace Windu, dude.
you have to
Yeah,
get
But unfortunately, this is like the one that's got like legit ass like, wow, they finally got some fucking good covers going on here.
I like it.
Who's
I don't
writing?
like- I don't
Who's
like the
writing
Sword
Yoda
Cross
4?
one
Do you
that
remember?
I don't remember offhand because it's the next series.
It's the next.
So
series of
yeah,
new
just so you
writer.
guys know, Yoda 4, the story for Yoda 3 this week is going to be the end of like a story arc. Story then 4, 5, and 6, or 4 and 5. I don't even think it's 3. I think
No, it's 5. It's 4, 5, and 6.
is it 4, 5, and 6 is going to be another story? Okay, 4, 5, and 6.
7, 8, and 9 is new arc, and I think there's a 10, which is like.
That's what I was thinking. Like it's a weird thing. There's one of them gets. I thought one of them got 2 and one got 4. But
Maybe you're right.
whatever.
I don't know.
All right,
Hey, is
so
that
here
two
we go.
pieces of wire. Look at the Yoda book. Is that 2 hands or 2 wire pieces that are hanging? Look at the top. Like you see, like the red wires that are coming down. Look like hands.
No, yeah, no,
From-
those are
from the
wires.
wires?
That's cool. That's
Oh,
cool.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
And then mace that is a really good mace. That's
I
a
like
good
that
mace.
base cover.
Yeah. So that's on FOC this week, guys. Hey, AOA, good to see you again.
There you go.
This is never gonna end. It's always gonna be in there.
Yeah, because all I do is cut out all the stuff and just throw in the new stuff every week. So, yeah.
All right.
All right, Dom's Toys. We got Dom's Toys.
Let's do it.
We do.
Man.
We are accelerating at a pretty
Hear
fast
about
pace.
Mace? There you go.
There you go.
Mace, it is.
So
Look
we
at
got
that- look at that
so
segue.
actually this dropped a couple of weeks ago. I finally put it up. Finally getting Mace Windu in Hot Toys for the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. You know, and it looks pretty bad on spot. I like it.
It's good.
Man,
I like
that
this
movie's
one.
20 years
Tom, don't
old.
buy it. Don't buy
Yeah.
it.
Attack of the Clones. I'm not buying it.
Good.
I'm
Don't
not
buy
buying it. As much as I like it, but
Just because it's cool doesn't mean you need it.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Good
I'm
job.
getting-
We got him.
you
Good.
got me.
Good.
Don't worry. I'm not
I
getting
just
it.
I want to make sure your credit card statement when this comes out.
No,
'Cause I
listen,
don't want to see it.
I
On
told
there.
you my wife took over my bill. She's doing my took my
That's
credit
why we
card
love
bill.
her. That's why we love her.
Good for her, but man, that's scary.
Yeah,
That is
also-
scary. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, listen. You know what? I felt good the last 2 weeks. I've been good. I haven't been
Nice.
like
Good. Good.
I haven't been going into cold shivers because I can't buy some.
Getting it.
Scratching.
Yeah, I need it. I need it.
Nah, but this is pretty badass. You know, I think a lot of people that I know in the hot toy community has been waiting for this piece to drop, and they didn't disappoint.
Next up.
We go to the next
Yeah.
one.
These things are cool.
So we got an Obi-Wan that dropped too, which that is pretty badass too. With the he has a Clone War helmet, you know, it has the Clone Wars uniform on, and it looks like
I like the mixture. They got the soft goods, like
the soft goods, yeah.
fabrics and stuff.
And this is pretty. People have been waiting for this too. You know, it's like all these pieces that have been dropping now. People have been waiting for a long time, and they're finally dropping. Which, you know what, Obi-Wan fans should be very happy because we got two Obi-Wans that actually dropped.
We've got a meticulously groomed Obi-Wan with his
Yeah.
nicely trimmed beard and his
But
perfectly parted
looks-
hair.
you know, it amazes me when they get the face, the sculpt right on. It's kind of
Yeah.
scary. You look at somebody like a small mini people standing there. It's a little freaky, but it's badass, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it won't be in my collection.
No, but it's okay. You can still
It's okay.
appreciate it from
It's
afar.
okay. You go to the next one.
All right. I thought it did. There we go.
And now we got a battle droid.
See,
You see, people have been waiting for this, the super battle droid.
this I don't get because this goes to like I get the troop building, but it's a lot of money to troop build at this
I know.
level.
But see, people will buy like maybe 3 of these or 2 to go
That's what I'm
along
saying.
with it. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of money to buy
About
2 or 3 of
$300.
these.
It's about $300. These damn things.
That's what I'm
But-
saying. You're paying $1,000. Just hey, I just need some filler. I'm gonna throw some battle droids over here.
You got battle droids. You got the super battle droids. You know, and people have been waiting. You know, hopefully, I tell you what. The one that I would buy if they do drop it,
Go.
Dernge. Apparently, there's a rumor that could be Dernge could be
Oh,
becoming a hot toy. I'd definitely buy that for my collection.
I
Dernge.
don't
I don't
know.
know.
There's
Is
a
that what-
very niche character, dude. I don't think they're going to do a niche character.
yeah,
like
that's
that. I think
that's
these are
kind of
cool.
a tough one to do because what do we got? We got comic appearance and you got Gendy cartoon version. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna get. There's no
Well,
realistic.
you actually do have the real. They can do it more of a like Hot Toys can make a comic version of a character more realistic. But we'll see. It depends on what they're gonna do. You know, it depends. If it does happen,
They're not going to do that. I mean,
No.
but who are you? Well, my question is like, who are you going to sell? That's so niche.
It'll be a
Yeah.
deluxe figure too. It'll probably be about $350 that damn figure too. Almost 4.
They're not doing it. Dumb. They're not.
I know. We'll see.
No.
We'll go to the next one. All right. So the jumbo figures that dropped from Gentle Giant. they got
Holy
000.
shit!
So 000 is coming out.
What size is this? How big? Is it?
It's like it's a jumbo. It's a 12-inch figure. It's the jumbo Star Wars figure that they come out
So
with.
they spray painted C-3PO black.
Yeah.
No,
basically,
they gave him the
they gave him the
scissor knives or hands too.
Oh,
little,
yeah,
like the Freddy Krueger syringes on the
Yeah.
figures. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe Jedi might like this. Yeah, I know he likes C-3PO, but it's pretty cool.
He needs his vacation scarf that he had in,
Yeah, right?
in one issue.
Yeah.
He had the scarf and he had the hat.
12 inches though.
Yeah, 12 inches. The jumbo Star Wars
That's what
figures.
she
It's the
said.
jumbo figures. From
No,
Gentle
she said
Giant.
18. So
I don't know when this is dropping, but it just
what's the articulation on this?
it's 5 points. It's the 5 points, the arms, the legs, and the head turns.
Yeah, just the basic.
How much does this run?
This is about $80.
Oh fuck no.
It's
Okay.
about $80.
I started to get interested, and then you said 12. Yeah.
Well,
I can't say what I was about to say. Somebody's gonna clip what I was about to say because that's
It's too much.
People
too
collect
much.
these things. I don't.
good. Thank you, Pete. That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I got the Boba Fett. I have the Boba Fett coming. That's about it.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you
Of course I
do.
do. Yeah, the next one. All right, so
Oh,
Gentle
fuck.
Giant. This is from the Squadron video game. This is
yeah.
This is
We
a
know.
Vong. What's his name? How do you say his name?
My
pilot.
question is, I don't know. Do you? Whatever.
If you collect
Go ahead.
busts, this is pretty cool. You know,
Yeah,
If
if
you're
you
the
collect them,
Squadron?
but
it's. I like when they start making characters from comic books and from video games that are like a little unique. They're not the same ones that they make over and over again.
Yeah.
it's cool. But I started questioning at a point like, who's buying these ones?
Me too.
Because either you're somebody who has like glass cases full and you've got like 100 of these guys.
You gotta collect. No, they pop it like Dom. Yeah.
Or I really doubt there's that one super mega fan that just wants this. Is like, I got 3 of these, and this is one of the 3 that they picked.
Oh, shit.
It depends. They have a lot of them. There's a lot of different busts. It just depends on what you collect. I think more now, it's more of if you collect a certain character, because there's so much out there, man.
That's what I'm saying. There is
Yes,
so
I
much.
do.
So it's either the completionists that they're selling to,
Yeah.
that they're buying almost everything, or like you said, somebody buying just certain characters. But I
Yeah,
guess there's
Wookiee, I
that
do have that.
Stormtrooper collector out there who's going to get every version of Stormtrooper.
Nobody's buying this if they're just. Yeah, I agree.
Well, Wookiee Fanatic
buying
just saying
everything.
about the Boba Fett from SCC. Yeah, I have it.
Of course he has it,
Of
Wookie.
course I do.
How many?
course he
How
has
many
it.
do you have down?
I have one. No, hey, listen. When it comes to the statues and the bust, I have one. It's the figures, like the regular action figures. I buy 2. The open
But
one.
you can get, those are on clearance at Target right now, bro.
I know. Yo, do you know the? So here, this was on clearance, $7.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the droids.
Oh,
Boba
you
Fett.
did get one for 7?
No, I didn't get one for 7, but they were.
Yeah,
For
yeah, yeah.
I got 3 of them
You
anyway. I
find
don't need any more.
Oh my
You
god.
go to the next.
Where's the lighter? Let me just burn some money.
Oof, Macquarie.
Holy
Macquarie.
fucking terrible.
Nah, it's the original artwork from Macquarie of Vader.
That doesn't mean it's good.
I know,
Yeah,
but it's unique. It's a
I,
statue.
I
right?
was looking through the original artwork of Yoda when I got one of those sketchbooks.
Oh yeah, dude, it's
They're
not
totally
good.
hideous.
Yeah, it's
Just
pretty
because
bad.
The original
Oh,
artwork
here,
doesn't mean
oh, here,
good.
the original artwork from Boba Fett, the cards, the Joe Johnson and Ralph McQuarrie when they were doing the sketches. Yeah, so no, but it's like the people who are a Vader fan, they want something different. The reason why it looks a little crazy is because of the face, the helmet. The
Just
helmet
buy
doesn't.
the sketchbook if that's what you want. It costs $15.
I know, but you know what? Not for anything.
It's for something because it costs a lot of money. But go ahead.
Yeah, people enjoy buying statues and like to have these, when they have the room. Like I
get
don't
it.
have the
No, see, this is the problem that I've always run into, though. Most of the people that do this don't. They don't have the room. They
You sure?
don't have like. Yeah, I mean,
It's
don't.
just in a box somewhere. In
Yeah,
a garage,
yeah.
stored on a shelf in a plastic.
But if you have the
tub
storage
somewhere.
like an attic, look, living in a New York City apartment like myself.
why would you buy it to store it in an attic though?
That's the
I'm
thing.
going to buy something to put in my attic.
No, you see the whole
Where
thing. is that
nobody
my
can
wife-
see it,
I know,
ever.
And you got to chalk another one for my wife again. When I first started dating her, all my stuff was like in storage bins because I had no room. She's like, "Why collect if you're not going to show off your stuff?"
Well, that
That's
is a
why I
good
have
point.
this.
Yeah, that's fine. But why would you want to buy something to put in your attic?
I know it's just somebody wants in their collection. They'll put it in their collection. People are completionists. They'll get everything they possibly can, even if they have no room.
That's a mental illness.
It is.
All right.
Yeah, because
Next
especially when you're talking about, you said Vader collectors, like how many different Vaders do we need?
This thing looks like shit.
I don't even think Ruben's not in chat today, but I'll be interested. Ruben, put in the comments, is this something you're going to buy? Because I don't think Ruben will buy this one.
Yeah. Well, you know
it
what?
looks bad. I mean, it looks fucking bad, though. Like, it looks bad.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan, but I don't really like the original design too much. It has too much of a. He looks like Forlom.
No, it actually looks like a roach. Like the face looks like a roach for some reason. Anyway, you can go to the next page. You got there you go. You got another statue, Fit Kisto. You know,
Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
Why am I correcting anybody on names? I fucking
I was surprised by that.
I said Fit Kisto. I'm thinking, there you go.
No, but the fact that Marco's the one who said the right name.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been drinking a lot lately. Like a lot
That helps you, Marco. You're
I've been drinking way too much lately.
Well,
bro.
you know what? Listen, look, you know, like this is not bad, but it's a statue. Like I said, if it's not posable, like people like Marco had the point where if it's a statue, you just look at it. What is but there are people out there that love the statues, and the statues are very for their pieces.
I get it, but this one I don't know. And I think Kid Fisto's okay, but I don't love the face on this one. It's a little
buggy, alienish.
Just shitty.
See, like this is the thing though too. Like I used to have a bunch of bootlegs, right? And I would actually display them because I thought it was funny having bootleg ass figures. And I lost it. Like,
Darth Macho.
I lost them. Yeah, I lost them. And I never replaced them. I probably should have, but then after that point, then I was married and I was like, well, I'm moving to another house and I already got a room full of shit. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Like, it's not funny to display shit when you can't have people coming in going,
BK.
What the fuck is that?
Yes, he is.
Hey, no, knock it off. We're not doing this anymore.
So
goes for you too, AOA.
This is another statue that if people want, it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
It
actually looks. I mean, it looks like he's trying to squat to take a shit, but
that's what I mean. I don't love that one.
Now this just dropped.
Is dope. Yeah,
this just
cool.
dropped.
This one's cool.
Wait a minute. No, this is a Darth Maul repaint.
Well, it's a freaking mini bust. A mini bust of Savage.
Pull up the who did this?
This is Gentle Giant again. Gentle Giant.
Gentle Giant Darth Maul mini bust. Let me pull it up.
Even with the horns or that?
Yeah, they just add a couple horns to it because that facial structure I think is the same thing for the fucking Darth. Go ahead, Dom.
No, I'm just saying this just has dropped, so it's up for pre-order now. If you want to get it.
I like this one. I wouldn't get it. I don't get this type of thing.
$80.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah,
go to the next one.
Not bad.
Gentle Giant. Was it called a mini bust?
Yeah. So Boba Fett and the Throne came out for your Bandai for SH Figure Arts. Just dropped. Some people have it already. It dropped in Japan.
So you don't have this one yet?
No, I don't have it yet. Let's go for about $170.
But you bought it, right? You pre-ordered it.
No, I didn't pre-order this.
No.
What's with the Mission Impossible masks and like the extra faces?
No, the extra faces got different head sculpts that they have.
But like one's got a neck and one doesn't. Like it's kind of confusing me.
Yeah, well, it's just the extra pieces that they put in it. I don't know, but it's pretty badass. I like if I have the money. If I come across it in a con, if they have it in a con, I might pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't you already have the statue? I think the statue.
I actually have the hot toy of this.
That's what I mean. That's better. So why get a shittier version of what you already got?
And the Funko Pop right there.
Well, no. Forget the don't. No, I don't like Funko Pops.
I know. I just got that.
Pop. But you already got the hot toy of this.
I got the hot toy. And I actually have
this, so.
Boba's Palace coming soon to a theater near you.
I don't know. I think you're good with the hot toy one.
Yeah, the hot toy. Actually, the hot toy.
Unless you get this on a deep discount or something. I don't think
Bandai. Bandai is like Lego. It rarely goes on discount. You might be able to talk someone down to go to a convention, but remember, Japan is a little bit more expensive. When it comes here, it might be cheaper.
I get Lego on discount all the time.
So you go to the next one.
Yeah, like my dad just bought like something like 75% off, which was a surprise.
So now this is what I'm pissed at.
Yeah, Dom, real quickly, you got to watch because like all that stuff. Now this is like the first run through. This is the first time I've seen it. The first like in store, so you'll see it. I know they're not doing it online for some reason, Have you guys noticed this in stores? They're not doing it online, but they're doing clearance items in stores, and it's a lot of stock that they're putting on clearance.
Yeah.
Like stuff that like Legos that
I
haven't gone for a long ass time. Black Series figures.
was aware of that. I actually I was in Target maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
and I
yeah,
was
it's crazy.
I seen some stuff.
They just rolled out a bunch more shit just this last week.
They actually kidding aside, the droid Boba Fett. I was there, didn't see any, and then last week $7.
Yeah, $7.
Yeah, I heard there
That's
were
what I'm
$7.
telling you,
But
$7.
I haven't been to the store to see if any of my stores had it in stock.
And listen,
it's like an
that's great
in
for
stock at
collectors.
your store kind of.
That's great for collectors, but then people talk about the vintage was up there. They wouldn't be doing that. They got vintage. They had Rays for
Dude, they
$2.99.
have no bullshit. I've seen a ton of vintage. They had vintage Boba Fett's that were up. They had vintage Darth Maul's that was up, and there's another vintage shoe. I can't remember what it was. I mean, it's hard because people like when vintage comes out because it's so cheap. It's like $2.50, $3. They wipe the whole fucking.
Well, they're clearing. They're clearing out. They got new stock coming in, so they got to get out with the old and with the new.
So now I'm pissed at this. So Friday, I got a notification from Figpin that this was dropping soon. All right, fine. This was Friday afternoon. So I'm working and I'm going through the phone. All of a sudden, it was up for pre-order. Limited to 500 pins, sold out in less than a minute. And now this is
You don't need this.
So Friday.
Dom absolutely has to.
Yeah, so Friday they had two on eBay, like pre-orders on eBay, one for $79 and the other one for like $80.
No.
Them. Now they're $150 to almost $200.
They'll come down once people get the hand.
Fig pen comes. Yeah, Fig the bottom drops off of this, dude. I'm gonna give the chat right now as a whole because there's a lot of comments going on, and I'll flash them afterwards. But they get this.
Ring the bell.
How much did this cost originally?
$20.
I bet you it'll be 35 to 40.
No, this is limited
after everybody gets it in their hand.
Only 500. There's only 500 of these.
I don't care. I don't care if there's only 500.
Yeah, it's gonna stay at $100 at least.
I'm telling you. I bet. And maybe I'm wrong, but I bet you'll be in that 35 to 40.
No, it's these things are just weird, dude.
The Fig pins to stay up. Listen,
I find them in clearance all the time.
There was a Grogu that came out for the holidays, limited to 500. It's sold out and it's going for almost $300 online. So it's staying that. It's not going down.
Just
we'll see. We'll check
I'll get one.
in.
Listen,
Check in on it. Let's do a thing on it. Let's do a look back.
Yeah.
And then Dom could say, "Hey, remember that time a month ago where you said something and nobody remembered?" And then I was right. And then we get to do that.
Yeah,
all right.
Dom can be right.
Dom, mark this down. Moment in time. 1/12/43 on January 22nd, 2023.
There you go. The day the Cowboys lost. Okay. Anyways,
that'd be like every Sunday. So how would we know?
So I was kind of upset with this, but you know what? I'm gonna get it. I got hit up.
You don't need to get this.
No, so many people hit me up. Did you get it? Did you get it, Dom? Because they always worry about me getting the Boba Fett stuff for some reason. Because they know that I love. But you can't have
for some reason because you buy it all.
Yeah. It's all. Don't forget, some of those people could also just be those speculators. Like, man, I was hoping to flip this thing for like $300. It's not selling for $300. So I'm just gonna get a small profit off of Dom because
I know, but I think the flippers.
I'm sure that happens. They know exactly who to go for to get some quick money.
Of course. All right, so this dropped. You go to the next one. All right, we have two pops that are coming soon. The Mandalorian speeder with Grogu from the Funko shop is going to probably drop in the next week or two. It's probably going to drop when Mando starts March 1st. Mm-hmm. And then Target Con, which is starting in February. They're repacking two common figures, putting them in a 2-pack, but they glow in the dark. So
that's kind of cool. How much is that going to be?
No, that's not cool.
$27. That's $27.
Not cool. They're repacking old figures and making them glow in the dark and putting them together. That's not
you're just complaining about the average Opress being a repaint a mall.
Like, for $5, that's kind of cool.
It's not $5.
It's not $5.
Well, I mean, for $5, it's cool.
Yeah, sure, for $5, but it's not gonna be $5.
Oh, that's $5. The Darth Maul and Gar Saxon is about $27, and then the Mandalorian Speed is about $30.
I mean, that's not cool, but like if for $5, I would think about maybe. I probably wouldn't buy it, but maybe I'd think about buying it for $5.
Here's what
But
we're
it's
doing.
not.
Marco
That's
would
the
Marco would pay attention to something.
No, but a
else.
Five Below. Five
Say,
Below has a
"So
bunch
that's
of
cool,"
Funko
when he didn't
Pops.
actually know what's going on.
No, I do. I looked at it. I was like, oh, that thing's cool. And then he said 20 something. I'm fucking not cool for that price, but
Yeah, just like your 000s. You're like, oh, how much is it? 12 inches.
Listen,
Oh, $80.
Yeah,
You might be getting some
No.
more pops. More Star Wars pops might be dropping soon. We gotta see. But anyway, you can move on.
Well, they'll keep making them and keep repainting what they've already made.
Oh yes.
They'll change their
Jesus.
hand and put a different sticker on
So
it. And
I got this from Yak Face.
sell it
Yak Face
again.
actually dropped this in February. We're gonna be the Hunter is gonna go on pre-order on February 14th. So
Valentine's Day. Bummer.
nothing says Valentine's Day like Hunter.
it's gonna
Fucking
wind up
vintage.
selling out. And there's like 2 other ones that are coming out that are pretty cool down the road. I don't know.
If you miss this, how many fucks are given? Because 0 is
Well, you know
should
what?
be the correct answer.
The vintage collectors are out there are already licking their chops because they want this.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem with the sellouts. When it's a sellout that bots are buying things within a minute,
Yeah.
who is paying for the bots except people who are going to resell it for
Exactly.
more? It's
So they'll
just
buy
a
this,
self-perpetuating problem.
You know what they're going to
It's
buy?
not
it,
just
and they're gonna
this,
flip
it's not just pops, it's not just toys. Happens with comics, happens with sneakers, happens with every goddamn thing
Every-
people collect.
Exactly.
It's
People wanna make
not
money.
collectors who are buying it out. They would if they were given the
I
opportunity
know.
to.
Right.
It is the flippers.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
So
yeah, but
is.
even with that,
It is.
that money's getting thinner. You know what I mean?
No, it's just
Yeah,
people
that
buying-
money way
It's
sicker.
people buying more. It seems like instead of like a bunch of people buying like 3 or 4, now it's like people buying like 20.
yeah, double down. Going all
I
in.
don't know. That money seems to be getting thinner.
It's just
Yeah, so I actually think they're coming out. I think Wrecker. I think a Wrecker's coming out, deluxe figure, and a Black K that are in the works that might be dropping soon too. So
what about the
we'll
rest?
look at that. You can go to the
What
next
the
one.
rest of the crew? No crosshair, no,
No,
no
not
Echo,
yet.
no tech.
Not yet.
Not yet. We know they're gonna make them.
Yeah, they'll make them eventually, but they take it.
Every Valentine's Day we
Hey,
get
did you
a bad
did you see the damn friggin' the Q&A with Hasbro? Those damn
No.
bastards, man.
We used to do
can't-
it.
We can't put them out because we don't have the budget.
No, we should do that. Dom, you should do that as a segment. That was one of our best segments when we used to do that with what were their names? Barles and James.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we should
Yeah.
because I'm telling you because listen, all the bullshit
cut it.
coming out of their mouth, they don't have the space. The pre-orders, all these things that they're all lies, man. These guys, look, they are burying Star Wars. That is the problem. They are burying it, and they don't
Why are
care.
they
There's so
burying
many fans out there that there's so many figures that they need to put out that they
Yeah,
put
but the
out
problem
too many
is
repaints,
the
too many
problem.
repackagings. too much-
Dom, every time we go through this Star Wars shit, you're like, damn, that's cool. I'm buying it. What you got to do is spend with your money and say, like, fuck, I'm not buying it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
just
look,
not.
I backed off on a lot of stuff. If it's
Yeah.
not Boba Fett related, I don't care.
Well,
Yeah.
but that's the problem. That's part of it, though. Think of how many different Boba Fetts they release. Why? Because people just keep buying it. They're not going to give a new character. They're not going to take. Why are they going to
But
take a
that's
chance
but
for a new
but
character that might warm pegs?
but
when they
what
can
I-
say,
but
you know
I'm
what? We'll
saying
just
is
sell another Boba Fett.
they're running into it now because you're seeing this in not just 1 or 2 figures hitting clearance. You're seeing this shit in masses. Like I
That's
know
another
a lot of
Mando.
you haven't been following it for a long time, but like this stuff reminds us of like the 2016 through 19 like toy masses where you would just go like you could go into a fucking Ollie's and it would be rows. Like people used to make videos of going, hey, fucking Hasbro, how about this? Oh, Target exclusives? Well, this whole Target exclusive thing's all in fucking
Well,
a
you know
discount
what's
chain.
funny?
I'm saying Ollie's, but you know what you do understand what I'm saying. I'm
I know
not.
what you're talking
yeah.
about. Let's go
discount
to the
store.
Target, right? There's so many peg warmers of Lando in the scarf outfit, right? You know what? Oh, there's hundreds of them up there. Next thing you know, let's repackage that in the Jedi, the 40th anniversary Jedi line.
Yeah, but eventually you just got to get it back to a point where they're all showing up at Ollie's.
Yeah.
Like you said, you bought that one figure instead of buying one and waiting to see if they go on clearance. You bought 3. What was it? What was that figure sell? Was it $30 normally or whatever it was?
Yeah, like $27. But
$27.
But now they
$7.14. Even if you bought one at 27, you could have
$44,
saved. You could save $20 a figure, pretty much, bro.
$44 for Black Series.
But dude, what I'm saying is they're ending up in fucking clearance.
I know they are. Eventually they do, but you know what?
Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying don't worry about.
I know. Don't have the FOMO. The FOMO. I understand. Look,
definitely don't pay over market.
Look,
over.
People complain. Look, people are going to complain that they.
No, hold on. Let me clarify real quickly. You might have had a little bit of a point a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But at this point where you see them, and this is kind of even what I was saying to Wayseeker a minute ago, where he's like, well, they're buying 6 or 7. Right, I get it. But the stock of this shit at this point, there isn't as much money in it because they're not wiping everything the fuck out. There's so much, they're not producing more of the shit. They're really not. They're producing at same levels. They're just now, it's getting to clearance. It doesn't get to clearance if people are spending the same amount of money as before on it. Or, I mean, I know the figures are a little bit bigger, but it's not turning.
It's not just even if people are spending money, stuff.
No, I'm not drinking White Claw, dude. San Pellegrino, fucking, this Slayer's dope.
That's actually good stuff. I like that.
Yeah. This is a mixture of like a blood orange and a fucking pomegranate.
Even if they selling a lot of stuff still goes to clearance because they make a lot of it and they're still making money. How much does it take to make a toy?
But Dom, what I'm saying is like a year ago, you would see clearance for somebody who does buy and sell toys. Clearance was fucking minuscule. You could go into. I used to drink Mad Dog 2020. What do you got? You got a problem with that, BK? What do you got, bro?
Used to.
I used to drink that. I used to drink the fucking Beast, 36 pack of the Beast.
Well,
fucking
used to,
hey,
Marco.
Life Ice.
You don't do that
fucking
anymore.
Strawberry banana Mad Dog.
No,
man.
not anymore. I still no. Hey. To be honest with you, summertime. There's only one beer.
Shirley Temples all day.
I drink the champagne of all of beers all summer long, every day, all day.
You can switch the picture.
No, but my point is like. For a long time, you didn't see it even going in there.
Blue ribbon.
And now you're seeing a ton of that shit show up again. So like,
switch the picture, Pete.
But you have to like, Dom. I get it when you were getting the FOMO because it actually wouldn't come back up. But now we're telling you, every fucking market, this shit is coming back up.
You got it, Pete. Just keep going.
What is this?
This is the last one.
To put this up there, so
this is cool. What is this?
Cool. So they went on pre-order today.
What is it?
They're like Star Wars characters mixed with like the Lucha Libre type of thing.
This is fucking cool as shit. How much are these?
I don't know how much they are. If you go on the Instagram, and they were up for pre-order today.
When they're all
fucking go to
together,
Instagram.
it reminds me of
Come on, man.
Fucking toy.
We gotta do better than that, dude. This is fucking dope as shit. This is something we should have actually figured out how much these cost. These are kind of cool.
Yeah.
No. It's all right. We're done with it.
Yeah.
Wrestling Greedos, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that, and that's it.
Remind me of the little muscles.
Yeah,
Marco, you don't want to know how much that costs. I just looked
Is
at
it that expensive?
Did you?
What do you think?
For like 10 of them, probably $5.
70.
70 what?
$70.
For how many?
I don't know. It doesn't even say. It just says pre-order.
Probably one.
Is it 70 for like 100?
I think it's for one.
Why would it be
fuck
out?
Like the fuck out of here? Get the fuck out of here! This shit's stupid.
I'm not hitting the buy this because I don't want to know what to do. But like, if you go to HealyMade.com, whichever that was, it says pre-order second shooter. It's right there. It says $70. Buy this
for 100. It had to be for 100.
Well, you know what? They actually
maybe I don't know. I'm not.
They're pretty cool though. If you're into that type
You
of,
still got to buy $70 worth at one time.
Yeah, have one figure. That's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah, it was one figure. That's a little bit.
If it was like like the old muscle things where they give you a whole garbage can. So if you got like a whole, like it'd have to be bigger, but like this Yeti, like if it was 2 of these Yetis and then it was $70 with all the figures, yeah, I could see that.
All right, so it's 4-inch soft vinyl. Oh,
what?
All right, I could see this now.
So somebody just printed it on their
vinyl. Like that Japanese vinyl stuff, that could be pretty expensive. So
it is.
If this is Japanese vinyl, that's something different.
It's 4-inch.
That's a different level of collecting.
Hey, somebody else who's got like a printer at home, a 3D printer, start making that shit.
No,
like
but you
can't.
It's something with that Japanese. It's like
no. Let's not make the Japanese stuff. I'm saying let's make the bootleg knockoff,
right, Pete? Just one.
Yeah.
$70, Marco. You buy.
I'm saying why can't we just get on it and make the bootlegs that
4 inches tall? It's like I said, it's because it's made in Japan. It's almost like You can only
I'm saying don't make it out of Japan fucking virgin children. Let's make it here out of some cheap bullshit that's
ever
probably
seen, like,
not
the Boba Fett
flammable. You know what I
You ever see,
mean?
like the bear, like the Boba Fett bear type of thing with the eyes, the cross in it. It looks like a bear. It's like a
Yeah.
figure.
Thank you, BK.
No, we can't do That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. It's not PVC. It's like that softer.
No, it's not. No, Pete, you're not listening to what we're saying. We're saying let's make a fucking cheaper version of that horseshit.
I hear that, but
Marco just defended nobody that draws. He ain't never drawing you again. Talking about $70 for virgin children over there. He's done.
Whatever that thing is. Hey, listen, nobody that draws, go there, find their mold. Let's get that shit, whatever their molds are, and then we're gonna put like fucking, I don't know, latex in it. We'll make it out of latex. Latex is cheap. And we'll just start pressing latex out of them because they're cool as shit. But I'm not paying no $70 for one of them motherfuckers. I don't give a shit what it's made out of.
Why don't you reach out to him? Maybe you can review one.
All right.
So up next we have
after this guy's show.
What are we doing next? We're doing.
Let's do Bad Batch because we need to slow it down for a little bit. I think
man.
I was supposed to go pee
Slow
during
it down.
toys. I think I was
Oh,
done. Thank you. Get it?
Bad Batch.
Yeah, we'll have Astro
Yeah,
paint them all.
The
We'll get them done in
that
latex. Have
shouldn't have
Astro
ever
paint
been
them all.
made.
That'll be perfect.
There you go.
What?
Bad Batch, the episode that shouldn't have ever been made, right here.
Oh, come on.
Wait,
It was a
see,
good
dude,
episode.
Sansa, stop it. Go.
What?
Go.
All right. Called Faster, which it should have gone by faster than it actually did.
Oh, Jesus.
Before we get to it, my complaint is this felt like it was filler for the most part.
It
felt
was a
like
filler episode, kind of.
No, this is
But it's
the
episode
only
4.
complaint. The only complaint I have about it was last week you gave us Clone Wars, and then this week you went back to Bad Batch. It's like the fucking Book of Fett. The Book of Fett, they gave us Mando. You're like, okay, this is good, but it's not the fucking Book of Fett.
I thought this felt more like Phantom Menace pod racing.
I thought Resistance. I thought all of those Resistance characters were coming back into this one. There's gonna be all of those racers were gonna be tied to Star Wars Resistance.
Oh fuck yeah, you're. Pretty
Meanwhile, we'll
damn-
just have a
you're
couple of
almost
recolored.
To me, this is
3POs
more
Nah.
like
and
Resistance
protocol
than it was
droids are
like
good
Bad Batch or
racing.
anything else.
Listen,
So, like,
I can tell
No,
you one
it had a
thing.
Bad Batch feel to it.
I have
No, it didn't.
a favorite
did.
new character. Come on. Teo was the best part of this thing. Come on, man.
You like Sonic? Huh?
I was so excited when Teo got smashed. I was like,
Yo,
this is
he
the
was
best part of the episode.
he goes,
Never
"Where's
bring
my
this
leg?
guy back again.
Where's my leg?
Smash him.
Come on,
I
man.
tried to take like 10 pictures of Teo getting smashed and just
No,
making that
dude,
the whole slideshow.
It
That's
was
how much
funny.
I
I like it. I like that robot. Very sarcastic.
He
Human.
played the role he was meant to play.
Yeah, I like it. Come on.
I think if you think this is filler, go back and watch last season's Bad Batch or last year's Bad Batch, and I think we're gonna have a very hard time with the rest of this fucking series.
I was totally for Ben Schwartz voicing Teo. That doesn't mean I liked it. I liked the voice
Who
of
the
it.
fuck is Ben Schwartz?
Sonic.
Sonic.
He voiced Sonic in the
Sonic
movies.
the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What I don't.
You like
What else
those
comes to
movies.
mind?
That's why I brought that up as an
Oh,
example.
yeah, I do like the
You know
movies.
What I was talking about.
That character was fucking whatever.
All
This
right.
episode was what it's Bad
Like
Batch.
I said, Bad Batch season 2 is what I thought we were gonna get. We're gonna get the group split up. We're not gonna get the whole group together very often. So we see that again. One group is out there getting chicken nuggets, and the other group is out here, doing pod racing. So
What was the other group doing?
Nerfer nuggets or whatever they're called?
Oh yeah, whatever.
I just call them chicken nuggets, but whatever Nerfer nuggets are.
Yeah, same thing. So
Warford Nuggets.
yeah, go ahead.
So they go, and she's like, "We need you. You got to do the muscle. I got this new great racer, Teo, who wins. There's Teo.
Awesome robot. Awesome droid.
Wow. Teo smashed. Best part of the show. All right, this is the only thing. Marco, got to get back here. Marco, come back. I queued you up for a question. Anyway,
We can fill till he gets back here because why the hell is the boss why does the boss even need backup? He seems to be the most intimidating guy there. Like, what the hell does he need bodyguards for?
Well, you know how it is. You know how it is, man.
you know how
his
what
hands
is?
dirty.
He has the
No, I don't know how it
His
is.
hands dirty.
look at.
Why
I
should
get
he
that, but look at the 3 people he chose to guard him the whole time. He's got just this random ass fucking Gorgon.
don't
He's
worry.
got this weird
Listen.
lizard dude, and then a different lizard dude.
No, listen. So you got the guy, all kidding aside, the one that was racing for this guy, the gangster. He was in the Phantom Menace. There was a creature that looked just like that in the Phantom Menace.
But it wasn't him.
No, it wasn't him. The
No.
same type of creature.
No.
And that's fine, but he needed like the devil horn guy. He needed some bigger muscle.
It's all right, man. His hands dirty, man.
Yeah,
I know he's not getting his hands dirty. What I'm saying is he was an odd look.
We're filling time because I was queuing you up
For what?
for this question I have for you.
Go ahead.
So, the only thing I found interesting about this episode,
Yeah.
the only thing I found interesting about this episode is the bodyguard on the right.
I know it looks very.
Trandoshan.
I know it looks very familiar.
Uh,
I just think. Well, go
is
ahead.
this Garnak?
I don't think it is.
So who is Garnak? And Garnak, I thought is dead, but it looks exactly
He
like
is.
Garnak
So
to me.
he was from Clone Wars. He's doing the hunting thing with Ahsoka when she was a Padawan. It was like the Padawan killing thing, right? And then he ended up dying. He was the son of like a big chieftain for
right. Stole
correct? Yeah.
the Wookiees, right? And Ahsoka kills this guy.
Yeah.
But look, tell me they're not the same person.
It is.
Like, so either they're so cheap that they can't change colors on this Trandoshan, or it's the same person.
No,
This is
or there's
But
people
look
that
at
are
it.
like you. How can you change?
No.
He's
He's bringing up a very valid point. No, I think this is Dave Filoni going, yeah, that's my character, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna bring him back up and do a nod to myself.
Most
I think that's
likely,
what it
probably
was.
not.
I don't know. So if this is Garnak, then it's going to be. I guess this character is going to come back again, because you don't bring a character back from the dead who's killed by Ahsoka unless there's a reason for it.
Well, I feel like we might even see the big guy, the big boss. I think
The
these
big
guys
boss
will
we
come
should
back.
see again, but I'm like, what's going on here? Why are we getting Garnak 2.0? Looks exactly the same.
It looks pretty close. Looks
Yeah,
pretty close.
It's got the same head thing, same colors. Like what?
The mouth thing.
Maybe it's a
off-
little bit bigger up front. I don't know.
I just thought Gar. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do think you're reading a little bit too much into it. I think it's a nod, but
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's just a nod.
That was the most interesting thing I found about the show. So there you go.
So
I
Yeah,
did
go
like
ahead.
this guy though. I like this guy. He was kind of fun.
that druid guy. Yeah, he's good. Is this what we're doing now, though? When we don't like an episode, we're just going to call it filler? Because I mean, this told us
it's
this.
just
This told us the backstory a little bit of what's her name, right? This did give us a
Sid?
little, gave us a
What?
little Sid fill-in,
Gave
right?
us
She
a
used to have a
little bit of
partner.
story.
She fucked her partner before. A little bit of foreshadowing. She had a partner. She fucked her partner
did
before.
we need
She
that?
used to
But
run-
we already know that she could
We don't
potentially
care.
fuck them over
Who
whenever.
cares?
But she also,
Her
ran
backstory.
slaves. What?
Nobody cares about her backstory.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but that's Star Wars. We talk
you're
backstories about
gonna get
everything.
backstories. Wait, Seeker, backstories are everything. You're gonna have to get a backstory for her because she's part of the show.
But I think the point is that we didn't really get a backstory.
Not yet.
We
We're
got an
gonna find
allusion
out.
to something, but we didn't really get a backstory.
Listen,
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to give it a
That's
piece
why I
here.
think
They're
it's
going to
good. We didn't
So
really
either you get a
progress the
backstory
story.
in this, or you get a
they
backstory.
did the same
freaking,
shit. They did this same shit.
Holocaust.
What I'm telling you is this is the way that he does his shit. They did this exact same shit last season. They give you this one, like, oh, we're going to give you like 3 seconds of Sid's back thing. Somebody from her past is going to come up and then fuck off. Like, this is just what they
Well,
did.
the difference
get
between
any
last
of-
season
like,
and
to
this
me, like,
season is that
maybe
we're
you
setting
didn't.
them up.
It's just that Rebels didn't give us backstories, or they did. They give us like little snippets way later of main characters.
Clone
Like,
Wars did.
We still
Clone
have
Wars
vague
did.
backstories of like any of those Rebels characters, other than like, Zeb was a warrior that
Well, they did it. They did it novel version for Hera and for
Sure, but that's not Filoni style. Like that was not part of the
These
great thing
comics
about
is
Rebels.
back.
Is you just get dropped in, and they never really filled in that backstory. Other than like Sabine, we know she was part.
yeah,
of
it was just foreshadowing a betrayal.
But-
I get it.
But we
but
don't.
they've already-
We don't need these
We've already done it.
backstories. That was one of the great things about Rebels. That
It
we
was
didn't have all those
100%
backstories.
what they did in Clone Wars, by the way.
What?
It's 100% what they did in Clone
I
Wars.
get that, and I think Rebels.
Well, you just said we never did it before, but like Clone Wars was the
in Rebels.
longest running thing.
I didn't say
By
Clone Wars.
hold on, but it's the longest running thing and his biggest success. Clone Wars is more of a success than Rebels, even though I
Listen.
enjoy Rebels. It really is.
Look, I look
And-
at it this way. I understand where you're coming from.
They
There's
should kill
16
Omega
episodes.
immediately.
There's 16 episodes. There are going to be episodes where you move forward and episodes where you move a step back. That's just the way when you have that many episodes. Look, that's
This
better.
is what
than,
Dave does.
that's better than a Boba Fett. They freaking have 7 episodes and 3 of them are Mando and 2 of them are Boba Fett. So
Oh yeah,
No,
hey,
3 of
by
them
the
were
way,
Dances
I'm
with
not
Wolves.
defending. Hey, I'm not defending this episode like it was something great. I'm just surprised that all you motherfuckers are so surprised. And just because we have an episode
Why do you act like it's surprise?
I-
Me stating the fact that it's filler is not, and I'm surprised.
but
Well,
it's
the
not
show's
filler
surprise
though.
is
But
that we're getting
saying
this
it's filler
episode
isn't
4.
that.
it was a funny episode. It was let's put it this way. It was an episode where last week.
Thank you.
last week was-
Her child
was
show
the
is
best episode.
lame.
Listen, one of the best episodes last week, and then you have this. There was a little bit of funnier tone, more comic, to it, which takes your mind off it. Look, it's gonna get dark. It's been getting dark. You had this one episode. All right, fine.
Once again, it's a kid's story. Who
Yes.
cares? Like, to be honest with you, the kids did say the episode before was a little bit scarier to them. This episode they enjoyed. This is a family entertainment, dude. So like, and it wasn't filler. It told you story.
It was
There was
filler.
story there.
It was
It wasn't like they were just walking around the
again.
fucking desert.
He gets shot. Come on, this guy gets shot. That was funny.
That's
That was filler. That
got
part was
killed.
filler.
He got killed.
That part was filler.
By the way, just remember, come on now.
laser beams.
It's trying to be dark in like a completely dumb way. Like
I know, but it was funny. He died.
It's funny he died. Tom, that's what he said. It's funny he died.
Death. Death. No, but
Yeah, and so
Every
you
week,
know,
bro. Every week.
they go on the bet. Who's gonna win? They trap him in. All this stuff. You see the saw coming in there. They explode. Whatever. Sid loses. Sid can't pay up, and so Omega, of course, says we can't let our friend, be out
Yes,
there.
you can,
Every
but-
time she does, every she
doubles
does the
the
same
bet.
thing. And so says we'll do it. We'll double or nothing. They bring Teo back. Teo's a jerk while they put him together, being like, "Hey, focus on me. It's all that matters." And then he gets smashed. Which is the best part of the episode.
That was funny.
I actually say that was kind of fucking funny when he gets.
That was
You
funny.
saw
That was
it coming from a mile away, but it was fucking still when he got it. I think everybody, no matter what your opinion of this episode was, when this portion happened, I think everybody smiled.
You know what this
Everybody. It was
This was
I
great.
think
funniest
everybody
thing.
saw it coming. I think everybody smiled.
What's the movie name with was it Meet Joe Black with friggin' Brad Pitt when he's saying bye to he gets hit by a bus?
Hey, meet Joe Black into this. Yes,
No,
that is meet
all
Joe
I know
Black.
is
Is that the one where they kicked the dog over the bridge?
no, that was
No, that's Anchorman.
That's Anchorman.
Yeah.
No,
All right,
Meet Joe
that's-
Black is when he's
What?
talking.
So-
What?
So this is another interesting scene where you get a little bit of the backstory between the two. Like, oh, they're gonna figure out who you really are or whatever. And so I changed my ways. I'm not that person again. So we have
Actually,
to.
Me personally, they shouldn't do it in the cartoon. Make a comic book or make a novel. Something that will tell a backstory instead of just putting in the cartoon. Then you can move on.
I'm so
I
glad.
didn't because Tech. I didn't because Tech. It's okay. So raise your hand if you thought Omega was going to drive the races at Tech.
Nope.
No, I mean,
No,
Tech,
because they set it up. They That's why I thought he was getting killed because Tech was doing so much. He was going like, "No, you don't understand this. You don't understand this."
I
He
like
was
the
studying
fact
it.
that
Tech's
Tech
like-
is getting.
yeah, Tech's like, I don't know enough information yet to say if I could beat you or not, but like, I think I could if once I get the more information earlier in the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think they tagged it. Jedi, what'd you think of this one? Why is Jedi in the chat and not on the show? I don't know.
Yeah, he was
He
watching
said-
the Cowboy game.
I know he
He
was.
said-
Yeah, he's sad. Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
so Tech takes over as we say. The race goes on. Halfway through, he's like, I don't need my weapon slowing me down. I'm gonna take the left side because now I got all the speed and catch up this way.
Which didn't make any
Man.
sense, but that's
Well, the
all right.
whole thing, the whole racing system doesn't make sense. They
Big
were like
no.
racing back to back to back to back. Yet they kept crashing ships, and there were the same racers in every race.
It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
There's only half a dozen racers. How do they keep going? If these guys get wrecked, how does this process keep going?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys did say spoiler at Meet Joe Black. Pitt dies.
See, that was I told you. See,
And we knew what was gonna happen next. Like
Well,
Tech was
listen.
gonna be smarter than Teo, and the same trick was gonna happen. And he pulls and he gets the wrong person, and Tech wins.
and he was. And guess what? Tech and Anakin, the only ones to win pod races, the only humans ever to win pod races. There you go.
I don't
That's
think
not
that's
true.
true.
That's
not true.
absolutely not true.
What's that true?
Resistance. You have all those racers.
What are you talking about? The race before that, somebody else fucking won.
No, I'm just saying. outside,
But it was
human
the lizard
beings
dude.
have not won the pod races. Anakin was the first human to win a pod race.
Did you
There
ever
were
watch
aliens
Resistance?
that won pod, or
I mean,
pods.
Resistance weren't pods. I'll give you that much. They're flying in a ship, but
Yeah, but that was different compared to the pod races itself. This is pod racing.
it's the same thing. It was just as dangerous. They're just using ships in Resistance.
Whatever.
This
I'm
was.
lost.
this was-
Okay,
this
so
was-
anyways, what? So finish
I
up
have to
this thing.
say, Sticks probably loved this one. He probably thought this was his best thing since
Oh.
Resistance.
No,
That's what I think.
No, come on. Hey,
This
don't
was
do that
as
to it.
bad as
No,
Resistance.
it was not. Wayseeker
It was.
wasn't that bad.
I like the ending, the way the ending went.
I know Wayseeker hates children and all things kids, but like this is actually one that was really fun to watch with my
Nicely
kids.
done.
Like it really was. This was the one there. It was like,
Well, I'm actually happy that he stuck to his guns. You know, they won, and what's his name was going to shoot them, and he grabbed the gun from the hand, which was actually pretty cool.
oh, well, the racer, yeah.
Yeah, and then he turned around and told him, "Let me tell you something. Watch your backs."
Right. Watch
And
your
that's
back.
it. And that's
Watch
it.
your
That's
back.
actually pretty cool. Hey, you know what? Ernie Hudson did a good job as the voice.
That was Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I didn't know
Ernie
that.
Hudson, the
What the
Ghostbusters.
fuck is it?
Yeah.
What's up, Dub? Dub, shit. I was supposed to get Dub a mic and a fucking headset. God damn. I forgot. I've been drinking too much, Dub. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I like Bad Batch. Like the first 3 episodes, first 2 were decent B's. Like last episode was an A.
Last
This was a
episode-
solid D. Like,
Last
it didn't need to
episode
happen.
was the
Holy shit. Like, what happened in your life that you hate anything innocent and
you know
childlike?
what? Listen,
Wayseeker,
I just-
next
Jesus.
week-
Speak the truth.
next
Was
week
your
is gonna be
childhood that bad?
We'll
Was
get
your
the whole
childhood
team
that bad?
again.
Let me explain to why kids picked on you when you're little. Because people would say shit, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is cool." Wayseeker would be like,
Well,
"It's
you know
just
what next
filler
episode is
and
going to be.
boring," and they're like, "What the fuck, trash can?"
Next
All right, go
episode
ahead,
is
Dom.
Rex, the Bad Batch, Kashyyyk, the Wookiees, and the Trandoshans. That's the next episode.
Oh, hold on, what'd you say again?
I don't know. He just spewed out
He
aliens.
just listed
Hey,
aliens.
No, next episode is going to be that Rex asked them to
Tomatoes, cucumbers,
the Trandoshans,
olives,
the
carrots,
Wookiees.
spinach, lettuce.
No, it's going to be the Wookiee episode on Kashyyyk.
That's
It's
next.
the Trandoshans, yes, next week.
That's
Okay.
more interesting than this. So that's good.
All right, yeah. It's 16 episodes.
That's fine. You don't need to have episodes in 16 episodes. We had Andor had what? 12? I get that, but it was way longer. There was no filler. We didn't need it. You can make
It's
a good
one.
filler
Stop
without
you calling
filler.
just because you
You
don't
know
like something
You gotta
does
stop
not mean
calling
you
it
can
filler.
call it filler. There
Stop
was
calling it
fucking
filler.
story here.
Story
There was
still
like
progresses.
4 minutes of story, and the
But
rest of
in a
it was
fu-
completely
in a
different.
It's
fun
a
way.
fucking family kids
It's
show,
a
bro.
fun way.
Don't care. Don't
It's
care.
a fun way.
Oh
The
my
story
God.
progressed because that thing, this episode, go back in the next couple episodes is going to be something.
Pete,
that
you got to
he-
come up. Wayseeker says does not care about children. Right there, he hates them all. Does not care.
There is
He likes
no
it.
Santa.
Children
Unfortunately-
have dreams. Do not care. Children's
No,
dreams
nope.
suck.
There
They're
is no
filler.
Boba Fett in these episodes.
Huh?
Unfortunately.
The reason
Fett-
why I would call this one filler is because it didn't really progress the story. You can say there's a story there. All right, so you want to reference some weird backstory that we never really got fleshed out. That's fine. Yes, I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining. I was entertained. I'm just saying it didn't really. The story
yes,
isn't
but
any
does
different
it
after
always
watching
have
it.
to be a story progression.
Yes. We don't
At
have
this
that much
point,
story
yes.
to tell. We
No,
have a very
wasn't
limited
like that
time for
either.
storytelling. Move the story along.
It's a kid's story.
care.
It's for
kids.
children.
Comic book.
And guess what? Then nobody cares what you think because it's for kids. And you're an old ass
No, but
man.
why do you gotta? Why, well, no, no,
you
that-
damn
that
kids
is-
get off my lawn. Get off
You don't
my
get to do that.
lawn.
No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to
Yes,
say
I
it's
do.
a kid show as
Ernie
your
Hudson
only
isn't
defense.
dead.
Huh?
You act like kids are like dumb. Like they're not dumb. You can
Ernie
tell an
Hudson's-
actual story.
I
is.
want.
They can
Raise your
follow.
hand if you watch this with kids.
I did
I'm my
not.
own child, so I
wanna
watch it myself.
The kids love this shit because I watch it with only person watch it with kids. I take my notebook. I go there. I take polls, as you know.
I'm 52
Children,
years old, and my mentality is
1
freaking
through 5.
sixth grade.
Rank this episode
There you
3.5. Hey, the two. Hey, yeah. Ah, yeah.
No, wait. Is this
nothing
show
wrong with
made
that.
for kids?
Yeah, it's made for
Just because
family.
it's a
It's a family
cartoon.
show.
Wait, is this show?
No,
really
it is.
made-
Yeah.
for
There's
kids.
a lot of there's a lot of stuff that's
This
kid
is-
oriented.
No. Don't give me
This is
a lot
not
of stuff
nearly as
kid-oriented.
kid-oriented as some of the
Is
others.
this show made
No.
for kids?
No.
That's
It's
not
made
the
for
target
families.
audience. I don't think
No,
for the
it's
show.
not.
The
It is.
Galaxy Animals, I'll say yes. They made that for kids.
No, this is a family show.
Resistance
No,
was
This is a
made
family show.
for
Yes, it
kids.
This
is.
is made for friggin'
The High Republic kids show is going to be.
You got a character like Omega in it. This is for families. They have a character. They literally. This is a family-based structured show based on families. You cannot like that. There's five dads and one fucking kid. You might, but in America, this shit flies nowadays. You can have 20 dads and one kids or 20 moms and one kid. It's a family-based show based around a child who is growing up through development, and they tell family stories like that. It's very fun.
Okay.
They make it lighthearted a lot of times. Even when it gets
Fair
dark,
enough.
the darkness is very short.
Fair enough. Then, as a kid show, then what is the moral lesson of this episode? That's always all kids shows. Well,
That's not true. All kids. This is the 80s where they're trying to sell you toys and they have to. That's not true. They haven't had to do bullshit. They haven't had to do that since 2000. You do not have to have a moral guideline.
So there's no moral lesson to be learned. There's no story progression because it doesn't matter, is what you said. So what exactly is the point of the show then?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking in general. You're already knocking down, like, I'm giving the point of telling a story, any story. There has to be a reason of why you're telling this story.
They're telling this story to foreshadow her backstabbing him later. They're showing you that later down the road she's going to backstab you. That's progression of the story.
Established that. That's why I'm saying that there's no
reestablishing it. So what do you want? So that knocks down your thing.
What
are we talking about at this point?
Being very clear.
So I'm not the only person who's been drinking too much this last week. Apparently, y'all have been drinking too much this last week.
I'm being very clear of why I think this didn't do anything.
Humanoid kids alike. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be. It's the story.
Andor, you need to learn to swim.
There was a point. A lesson.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. Anybody who knows what that really was, they put it at the end because they were really trying to sell toys, and they're like, you have to have some type of fucking moral lesson. So they put that knowing's half the battle at the end of that shit. The fucking easiest horse shit to get out of it, dude.
I will be buying a Teo friggin' Funko Pop when it does drop.
That was the point.
I hope it never drops. And I hope you just run it over with a car and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna reenact the scene. Here's my car. Here's Teo Funko Pop."
Yeah. You had a brutal childhood, didn't you?
No, just real quick, just really quickly. The point is that
somebody gives Wayseeker a hug, dude.
This story. That's why I am personally calling
Wayseeker. Wait. Okay, that's fine.
That's all.
Wait to old man, Pete. When Wayseeker was 6, though, when Wayseeker was 6, he sent out there that instead of getting actual Star Wars toys, they sent him the mailway thing that's promised him Star Wars toys. Since then, hated everything children. He's like, fuck it all. I'm done. I'm done with this shit.
There, Marco, you figured it out.
Santa Claus sent him back that shit. He's like, fuck this. I'm done with this shit. Fuck childhood. All right. Next up. Let's go. Oh, shit. Good one. Wayseeker, good. All right. Where?
The Red-Nosed Reindeer cartoons. Season 3.
Now this was good. And this had a kid in it, and it's not a kid show. So just saying.
Oh, no, it's a family show.
It's not a family show.
No, I don't know what type of family you're in, but all right. Thank you, Chef. Thank you. That was a great. At least we can make that episode entertaining. So we start off. We get to see like the traveling people, and you're like, "Holy shit! Please don't bring the Sand People to this." And it turns out that they're not having a flashback of Sand People saving Boba Fett. When you saw this first, Dom, did you go, "Oh fuck! Look, it's Boba Fett leading the Sand People someplace"?
No, I actually thought that I thought it was the Sand People, but actually it turned out to be Mandalorians.
It was Mandalorians.
Pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool because it looks like these Mandalorians are also these Mandalorians, but it looks like they are doing a pilgrimage. This is very pilgrimage based.
You see the insignia on his arm?
Yes. Dom.
That's a very big significant insignia.
Marco,
go ahead, Dom.
This is on you, Mark, if we're not sharing it beforehand. So
go ahead, Dom. What do you got?
It's just a particular clan that definitely was in Clone Wars and is in canon of
what is it?
Mandalorian culture.
What clan?
Yeah, I don't know what this is, so that's why I'm asking legitimately.
I'm drawing a blank.
Wayseeker, would you like to help him? I mean, you guys want to take over the segment? Go ahead.
I
I'm
don't
not
want
taking
to
over the segment. I'm asking you a question.
No, go ahead.
No, you're good.
All right. The one good thing about these Mandalorians is it looks like that there's a bunch of old clans that are coming together and actually going to the hunt for another clan that we might actually know. These do look like they're a lot of like the owls, even if they're not.
Yeah.
This is actually the battle pack ones that we saw before, which is kind of cool. It looks like we're having a merger. They're all coming together to form around Mando so that we can go because they hear that he is going to Mandalorian. That I split these all up in different segs so that we could kind of piece them together.
What was the clan? Again, I don't know.
Still, I'm waiting for it. Next up, we get this. Now, this is a question that I have, and we're going to post out some stuff here too, because I know how they presented it. But if you think about it in a different aspect, we might be able to. Jazz is called Jizz. What? The fuck did I just read? So far is on right now. I explained to my wife that Star Wars Jazz is called Jizz. What the?
All
right, so
I think it's the accent. I think he's
no. Did they though? Did they though? Because if you look at it with, I thought the same thing till you start looking at it, watching the first trailer also.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at the first trailer, you see them kill these guys right here. They execute it. They pull this guy back, and the little Grecos or these guys go, the little Babu Fricks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this looks like it, right? But look, these are standing up poles, right, where the legs are supposed to. When you're building a statue, that's a point of building right there.
Rebar.
This, and if you look, like if you go back here, that guy that's dead, he is that guy right there on the left. If you look, this guy over here that's dead is right here. And if you look, there's like a lot of these guys show up there. Pirate guy isn't there. And those Mandalorians that you see come in this one, they actually show Pirate Boy right here getting hit. By the way, the guy to the left right there is actually, what's his name? Kreef Garga. The guy that's becomes a magistrate.
Apollo Creed?
Yes, Apollo Creed. What I think is actually going on here is he actually puts a bounty out on these guys, and the Mandalorians come down to save them. So, unfortunately, I think we might have like a little prequel flashback before Mando shows up because all these are around the same segment. So all these parts go together here. This is the pre-part to them coming in and dropping in and saving his life and killing all the
little
bandits.
Boba Fett with a little goatee, the little beard.
Then afterwards, we get to see this. This is the statue you guys are talking about where we actually get the foot on IG-11, supposedly that's crushed the people. Now, this could also not be true, but I would think that like if you actually look at the playscape and stuff and you saw some of the roadways later, it seems like some of the buildings were already kind of jacked up and they fixed them up. Like there's already scorching and stuff, and it looks a lot cleaner and nicer. Could be different, could not. He lands on this planet. We saw that already. It's got the little R2-D2 droid builder facility legs. Remember that? You guys had that toy when you were a kid?
Yeah.
The droid builder facility? No?
No.
Yeah.
It goes through, and there's just a ton of people. Everything's a lot different. And we actually... Oh, see, do you think this is a droid grotto bar, Wayseeker? We talked about the droid grotto in comics.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna bring the droid grotto in a bar. I think
What's
it's
the
just
battle droids. The battle
Yeah, there's
droid
B1s.
bar. That's what I think.
Maybe
Maybe
it
you're
was a
right.
bar. Because in Star Wars,
drinking
in
oil? What's
novelization,
going on
they do when they bring up the droid grotto, they do bring up that there were specific droid grotto bars. And if not, I say the planet, please, somebody.
Navarro.
If Navarro is being ran by Greef, and he still does have all these factions there, the droid grotto would be a faction that he mentioned before that is on this planet, so they could have their own bar. That's all I'm saying about it. We got to see hey, here you go. I installed something else. I gave you the robot back so you can go fly with Flippy Fly.
Dom's just mad they go to Tatooine. We don't get Boba Fett.
We don't know.
Yeah, they are.
The coolest part of the season.
Droid's getting fucked up. Oh, we get it to it. All right. Then next up, we got our man. Our man Oompa comes back and just starts lecturing, and I think he's probably lecturing Apollo Creed, to be honest with you, about what's going on and everything else. And that's why I think he's probably talking to him about. This is probably after this is also this line, and what he was saying is also something I figured happened. That's why I was like listening to this in repeat. I was like, shit, he's talking about something like that he had to do to call in. So thinking that Apollo Creed probably has called bounty hunters down to help him out and get him installed, because he did get installed, right? Like he's back to being a magistrate or whatever. That's kind of, somehow something had to happen. Bob-omb, next section. So we get this little town city. We've seen this I think we've actually seen this town before.
It's Coruscant.
I don't think it's Coruscant.
I don't think it's Coruscant. I don't think it's Coruscant. I'll show you why later. You get Pershings driving around or being carried around. I actually think it's the same planet as this one that we see later on too, with the fireworks that they're flying away from, because it looks very. I couldn't get one where fireworks weren't blowing off, but when you get it with the fireworks not blowing off, this landscape looks a lot like the landscape you see down here. Now, could it be that they're lazy as shit like they were with the Trandoshan that Wayseeker brought up earlier? Sure. Making this shit
Coruscant. It should either be like Hosnian Prime.
It could be Prime.
Or it could be...
Except for this. I don't know if you guys noticed this next thing. So did you guys get the Disney one where you get to see this?
Yeah.
And then did you see the cityscape in the background?
So you think it's like Corellia or something?
Well, it could be Prime if they were taking apart these.
It could be Prime if they're taking part of it. The other one, I think... Oh, is that Jedi coming on?
Yeah, Jedi. Yeah, hey, Jedi.
Hey.
Hey.
Or the other one is...
It's okay, Jedi. It's okay.
It could be the planet that Mon Mothma's from.
Right. Could be.
Chandrilla.
It could be Shangela because they can build there too. This could just be a shipyard where the Republic is high and they are taking these apart or whatever, for pieces. It doesn't have to be, but I think we're going to get to see what I really think is kind of cool is it looks like we're going to get a lot of time on Navarro, where we're going to spend good storyline there. It looks like the cityscape is going to be good storyline where for some reason Boba or Mando was there for a bit too, and it's not just going to be a Pershing thing. It's going to be hey, there's a crossover of multiple people on there, not doing what they're doing in Bad Batch, where you're getting one is following two Bad Batch figures, the next one's following Sid and two Bad Batch. We're going to get kind of crossover stuff where they're missing each other or interacting. Third part, we see this. If you actually remember the first trailer, now he's going through in his plane, but in the other trailer, there was a different plane that went through. This is also a different vision of Mandalore, right? Let me see if I cut it out. So this is the first trailer view. Do you see that plane? You see the flying thing? Anybody know anything about that flying thing? Those are the ones the Mandalorians use. More importantly, those are ones that Bo-Katan has one.
Oh, what the hell is our ship? They just sold
I can't remember what the name of their ship is, but she does have one. So it looks like she gets, and by the way, before this scene, it was very similar because she came through cloudy stuff like this with a little bit of rain too. So it looks like she might have come through first, which is very interesting. And I couldn't get it here because it doesn't, you can kind of see it, but you can't. If you go back and watch the first trailer, you can 100% see it. His ship, you see Mando's ship coming in the reflection in the glass. I tried to blow it up and do shit, but it just turned into mush. So I was like, why the fuck show people this? By the way, if you see these blue things, it just means it was from a different trailer. So I think she's probably already on. I think this is a temple we saw on Mandalore where they slayed Satine, where she and Darth Maul sat on the throne. I think we're getting that same fucking throne room, which is pretty freaking cool.
That's great.
But by the way, I'm going to say the big S word where it's speculation, but I'm just speculating on all this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's her sister, right?
No. But it was her sister did sit on that throne.
I think
that's what I'm saying. I thought that was your big S word.
I think that's the name of the ship, the Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet is, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That is, it's something like that. They're called Mandalorian Gauntlets, I believe. But if you look at it, it looks like the center spiral, then it looks like, she very well may be there. It would make sense why that happens. It also makes sense that she's there ahead of time. This is also taking place, in my opinion, because if you look at some of the landscape, once again, I was putting stuff at 0.25 and still trying to screenshot stuff. It is very hard to get it where, they are making it with shadowing very hard to get clean pictures of anything.
That this could be underground, the Mandalore. If you really think it's Mandalore, that's what
or anything at this point. It could just be glassing over, but it could be a cave structural system. Something did happen there because if you looked at the last preview, she was saying, "You think, oh, you're cute. You think your dad was the only Mandalorian left." That's Bo-Katan in the first trailer talking to Grogu there. The background and the feel, I couldn't get it even that slow to give us as good of a picture of it. Is very similar to this where he's eating the soup or whatever. It also, the light fucks it up. Like they did a great job of if you're trying to clip this shit and put it together, like using flash points and stuff like that, or darkness theories to try to make sure that you couldn't get good picture of this. This is where it looks like Mando finds a helmet. The background in here, as you can see off the back left part, and some of the tinting that was in there has that same green glass glow.
The helmet part, I think it could be still the same spot. That's the same time.
Okay, once again, yeah. So like whenever I put these in, Dom, it means it all's in the kind of same area. So yeah, I think it's underground 100%, like you just said. I think that's why we're saying there's the green glow. He finds the helmet.
Did you play around with any of these? To play around with the lighting to see?
I tried to, but when you do it with the lighting to try to unfade and shit, it just becomes blurry and fucked. So
no, I know. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, we can have you go back through it and try it again, but it took a lot to link up both fucking like, man, especially considering I don't doubt it. I think I really am hung the fuck over. So, but then we get this. Now, interesting about this, let's look in between the legs of the beast. By the way, also
Marco's been playing on that one for a long time.
I know. Hey, I'm glad that one hit. Thank you, guys. So,
wait. You earned it.
Ring the bell.
Thank you very much. So, a couple things with this shot real quickly. One, also think takes place in Mandalorian, because if you look at it, the glass crystallization, cave-ish type thing, the ground coming up. Now, is this Dom's question kind of was like, is this aquifers on Mandalorian? I don't think any of these pictures have been taken from the aquifers on Mandalorian. I think this is what happened when they dropped the bomb on it to glassify it, because that's where you get the helmet.
All the sand gets turned to glass.
But if you look between the legs of the giant, so this is, I know these pictures are funny, but like it does look like Grogu.
Caught Bigfoot.
So this is from the point of view of Grogu, but do you see what's right down there? It sure does look like shiny Mandalorian armor. It looks like like Mando's
look between its legs. Do you see what's down there?
Look what's down there.
A little peepee.
So it looks like they're training Grogu at this point on there, and Mando's there, and it's not as scary as it looks. And then all of a sudden they throw Beast Boy out of the area or wherever it is. Mando would be after this. And this is where you get the Rocky, even more of the Rocky tape of what Mandalorian looks like when it's been classified. And then you get little Grogu coming out and doing the Force choke thing. So that was pretty cool. Couple more little bits. So that same gauntlet you actually see here. And this is why I think they're going to do interweaving with Parisian and like the Imperials / the Mandalorian and the Imperials are going to have a battle back and forth. Might be where this is actually going as a season 2 is a lot more, not just assembling the Avenger Mandalorian teams, but like them actually going and attacking the Imperials, which will eventually obviously lead to their downfall and they'll all be wiped out and killed. Sorry, Dom. But like you see, this is once again, I assume it's Bo's ship. You see the Imperial ships coming after them. Now this is going to introduce us obviously to the plan of building the First Order, because fucking we just can't leave that shit alone. And he has a mini helmet between his legs. He does have a mini helmet between his legs. But you see her going through, flying there. If you clip that up with one other scene, and now I took that out, so a couple different scenes, you see the rock structure and the water. I tried to find anything, including art or anything else, that I was about to try to say a really big word, and then I'm not going to say it. But if you look at the landscape or the geoscape of this, and you look at the rock structures, we're not going to say what that word is, but the rock structures and everything else, these two kind of link up where you see Mando flying through. I think some people misunderstood and thought this was Mando in this plane. I actually don't know. I'm trying to
figure out what word you want to say, but you're not saying. I'm trying to run through my head. Was he ecology?
But yeah, so that I think they're there. But it looks like he's teaming up with Bo in these and fighting the Imperials at the same time, which will also give us a link why he went and found the Imperial Star Destroyers on Prime or wherever else we think that planet is. And finally, we get this scene right here, which is a flashback. So I think we're gonna get, like I said, we're gonna get a couple flashbacks. Now, this is where Wayseeker starts to get excited. It looks like Mace Windu's on the right. I try to break these down.
That's symbolic in there in the middle.
What?
Is this Syndralig there in the other one?
So this is the problem. That person that's right there in the middle was also in the flashback. I actually teed it up. I should have brought it from last season. I teed it up. It pretty much looks like the exact same Jedi that was in. Like these Jedis look exactly like the same ones that were in the last flashback, which they weren't identified. But I didn't want to say hippopotamus. No, but so I mean I don't know. No, so if I have good faith in that, probably not. But it's Dave, so you never know. This, however, I did chop that and didn't come out well. But this here, I had the one question that people were asking. They're like, dude, are they really going to do this where Anakin goes and kills everybody? I don't think they are, because if you look, it doesn't look malted, right? It looks like somebody's using cutters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think, could we be getting Rex saving them? I mean, like, who would use cutters? Right? Jedis don't use cutters. So I think we're going to have.
Yeah, but are they there to save them, or are these, again, clone troopers coming?
Or are they
in
clone troopers getting it? Yeah, clone troopers could be trying to get in to cut them, and then we'll get another Fade to Black, and we'll get a whole bunch of fucking nothing, right? We could be getting. I mean, this could be the red herring. We could just be getting fucking.
Clone troopers are coming sometime, but it doesn't mean they're going to tell it yet.
Yeah, it does not look like. But the big point is it doesn't look like a lightsaber. But that doesn't mean that Anakin doesn't have a bunch of people, clones opening the door and then he's coming through. You would assume that he would just fucking cut through the door, but who knows?
Yeah. But again, they could be just reusing unused footage from last season.
What's going to happen? The door's going to open up. It's going to open up, and freaking goddamn Doc Lopez is going to say, "I'm ruggedly handsome."
Yeah.
In the middle of the.
Damn, Doc, you got to get control so you can do that. Because that would have been like, all of a sudden it opens up and
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. All right, is there anything you guys felt like I missed? I tried to do a good job. It took me a long time. I tried to do a good job.
The creature
lining it up with the new and the old.
That was that Grogu pushed away with the Force.
We were looking between his legs. Okay.
Yeah, the one we were looking between his legs. That could be one of the creatures that were in Legends that the Mandalorians fight. I think there was a. I was trying to find the name of the creature that could possibly be that creature. I was trying to look it up, but apparently
it looked like a spider-eyed Yeti.
It's something that was in Legends.
It kind of looked like the thing that fought the Ewoks in the Scott book, and then
could have been, but
it's not.
It's not.
No, I think it's just some mutated animal that's living on a planet that was glassified, dude. So, Wayseeker, do you have any input? Jedi, do you have any input on anything you'd like to add to the watching? It looks good, man.
That's only the second time. I know you didn't actually show the trailer. You showed stills from it, but that's the second time. I've only watched it once, and that was during the football game last Monday. Happier times. But the one thing I thought as I looked through that is, and it's just how my mind works. I get fixated on one thing, and then I don't really pay attention to a lot of the other stuff going along. They fixed up the cockpit for Grogu. He says, screw it, I don't want to ride there. So now they've got R5D4. So I'm wondering, are they going to try and build some personality into R5D4 to where he's more R2D2 like, and kind of I tell you, that's what I thought about the rest of the. That's how my brain works. That's how it works.
I think it's crazy.
Are they going to make R5D4 the new R2D2? I don't know.
I had cut it originally to have it where you see Grogu kind of in, and then he does the pop thing where he pops up from underneath Mando's but it was like 5 extra slides, and I was like, it's kind of stupid. But somehow it seems like there's a transport where he can go into where R5D, they could put a dome over, and he can be there, and then he can sneak down from there, and then go up and crawl up, and then he pops up like a pop up like this.
So do you think we're going to see a lot of R5D4, or is that just while he's flying?
No, I think we're seeing a lot of R5D4.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of R5D4. I think we're going to see just a little bit. I don't think a main character or anything like that. No, I don't think so.
Not going to be leaning on him for missions.
Do you want R5D4 to have character?
I don't know. I like it when they have like humorous, like the droids. I mean, he would need maybe a counterpart or something, or maybe him and Grogu could do some sort of fighting where they're fighting. I don't know. I just I like funny stuff, and droids are funny usually.
Fair enough.
Did you watch Bad Batch?
I did.
Did you think that droid was funny?
The driver?
Teo.
Yeah, Teo.
Yeah, he was funny in an obnoxious way. Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, yeah. I did raise my hand. I honestly, maybe not for very long, but I honestly thought myself, they're going to let Omega do this. And I honest to God thought that if Omega got in that thing and flew it, I was going to stop watching.
No, I knew it was tech all the way. And that's what I mean. It was just the whole episode was, I get it. It's for kids. It's telegraphed. Like, dude, I knew what the episode was as soon as it started.
Me too.
And then they didn't add anything.
I knew exactly.
You weren't upset they didn't have Howard Cosell
Oh my God, if they would have done that, probably.
I would have laughed if they did that. I thought it was an all right episode.
I would have loved it only because I knew it would drive Pete crazy.
If they would, the Howard Cosell thing, I would have just turned it off and be like, nope, not this week.
This
Not
is
this
how it
week.
comes out.
No, I can't wait for March 1st. I can't wait for Mando. Mando looks really great. Just
It does.
Yes, it does.
really excited.
All right. So next up, I want to bring up two books, and we're going to do a new segment. Speaking
I
of
didn't
that,
see armor
okay,
between
so
his legs either. I don't.
you didn't see what? Oh yeah, there was.
I didn't
There's
see
armor.
armor
I think-
between the
I
guys.
think Marco put it there just for that segment. He's like,
No, I swear to God, I swear to God. At first, as I was watching it so slow, when you watch it really slow, you're like, "Holy crap!"
I looked really close to where I actually felt a little uncomfortable looking that close, and I still didn't see it.
So there's, to answer the question with Dom, there is two clan similar out of like all the clan symbols. There are two similar clan symbols: the Elender clan and the Neo clan, and neither Neo Crusaders. Neither one is exactly like. We pulled that down already, so let me put it back up real quick before I get into this because I forgot this.
Oh yeah, I took it down.
We'll go all the way back. Neither one is exactly like
Keep
the
going.
symbol on the side.
It's like the third slide.
Yeah, no, I'm going back. You can't go back.
There
But
it is.
it's the Elder clan is the closest one to this, which it doesn't have much fucking meaning though. It's just like it's like another just clan. If it is a clan,
JFK's
it's just
Wildcat.
like, yeah, it's like between a wolf and a dog, right? And that thing kind of looks between a wolf and a
Christopher
dog.
Lloyd is one of those Mandos.
Who?
Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd is going to be in Mando season 3 as one of the Mandos. One of the elders.
Doc Brown?
Doc Brown.
It's not elders, it's enders. Eldens. Elder what? Elder people?
No, he's going to be
He's
one of the older clans that come down. Those are going to be at odds. He's going to be one of the.
At odds with who? These guys are joining Mandos. You do know that. Like when they're merging, they're coming down to join. Right?
So look,
Doc Brown, 90-year-old Doc Brown.
You're going to find out more about Mando's past with this too. They're going to be talking about Mando with his with Death Watch. He's going to find out more about his past with his clan.
I seem to remember hearing that, but it may just be because I spend too much time with Dom. I don't know.
You spend too much time with Dom. Yeah, I mean, like I would assume that they're gonna keep flushing out. They have in each season flushed out a little bit of his story, right? Each season has had a couple flashbacks. That's kind of why I was saying like the flashback with the bounty hunters, the other flashback. Would they have a little bit of a flashback with this? Sure, but we didn't get that out of any of the trailers. So I don't know what Doc Brown has to do with anything either. But. Doc Brown, Wayseeker.
Doc Brown. Yeah, he's supposed to be. He has a cameo. We don't know what some man.
Yeah, but he could just be in like like he said he's one of the elder. Because I said that I mispronounced the name of the thing. And I said the clan is like the ELNE
Elders
or something.
Elder.
No, not elders. Not elders like old fucking people.
No, old.
God damn. So the first thing he says is like, yeah, Doc Brown's going to be one of them because he's elder. Like he's an elder.
No, he's going to be one of them. He's actually one of the older. I said older. Elder.
Who knows what he's gonna be? We don't even know. We know nothing about the character.
Let's go do Sego. Choose
What are we
one, the
doing?
chosen one. So we're gonna take 2 comics because we like to do dumb shit like this. And
Keith Jackson. Who's Keith Jackson?
I don't fucking somebody.
Keith Jackson I know is
They
the
just
tight end
went
for
to
the Eagles.
IMDb and found somebody fucking else and threw him up there too. Like,
Isn't there a country singer named Keith Jackson or something?
I don't listen to country music, but maybe.
The only Keith Jackson I know is the college football announcer or whatever, something.
He said the dude tight end the Eagles
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
No, I think it's somebody else. Oh,
so we're gonna take 2 books and look at them now that these trailers are coming out. Now these are books that way seekers think have great value to them.
I didn't
Even though
say
we
that.
saw neither one of these two, neither one of these 2 people in any trailer. Dom has mentioned them Dom's mentioned one of them 1,000 times. I have mentioned them both before because I think there is a plausibility. There's a reasonable plausibility that either one of these characters at least gets referenced, if not shows up. Very reasonable plausibility.
Yeah.
But we get to only choose one because it's got to be the chosen one. So that at the end, I'm going to ask you, which book do you like better? Okay, only one, not both, Wayseeker. Only one. I don't care how many.
Buy them all.
Don't buy them all.
After you give your pitch for both.
I'm just going to give you the breakdown.
Yeah.
So we got the raw dog average. So we got Star Wars Republic 65. We give the raw dog average. We get a little bit of, who do we get here? Whose first appearance is this?
Barris.
Barris Offie.
You
Okay,
got
there
Barris,
you
You got Illuminara's first appearance. In
go.
this
Yeah,
book.
but that's not. We're not doing it for Illuminara, right? Like
no,
you
no,
guys.
no. I'm just saying there's other reasons.
Yeah, what's the rumor? Is who's in here? Who's the big rumor?
Barris.
Barris Offie is going to be back and save Grogu and smuggle her out of a tunnel. We've all heard this one.
Yep.
She's supposed to have done it last season. She was supposed to have done it the season before that. She hasn't quite done it yet. Not saying that can't happen. I mean, we all watched Game of Thrones and we saw how that happened. They just read Reddit and finally just went, fuck it. We're going to do what they do on Reddit and just give you a sad ending. So could be, but here we go. The raw dog average. And there was at least 6 sales of that. One auction.
I don't think it's about the Reddit. I think they were leaving breadcrumbs that are pointing people in that direction.
Wookiee, I would have bought it. I don't. One spine tick. Don't care. Depending on the price.
I mean, they were showing parts of his flashback, and one of his flashbacks that was like had her symbol or whatever on the door, right where he was. Like, there's no need to put that there.
So raw dogs average was 27.80, but then 9.8. The average sale for this was 156.38, and that's not including private sales or sales done between My Bargain Comics and anybody on this channel. Okay, next up, the other book that it's going against today.
I paid fair market value.
Ring the bell. The next one we're going against is ding, ding, ding. Not that bell, but this bell. We're going against Canon, the Last
10.
Padawan. The Last Padawan, number 10. The raw dog average for that is 65.52.
Well, it wasn't last
no,
Padawan.
not raw. Raw's not 65.
That's the average.
No, that's not. There's never been the raw has never gone anywhere near that. Maybe 9.8. I am telling you, it's not the average for a raw of a Kanan 10.
So what I do here is I go to all the last sales and I take them.
Pull them up again. There's no way that's right. There hasn't been a sale. This thing has not sold.
You're right. Hold on.
$20.
Relax. It's got to be divided by 6. I told you I drank a lot because it can't be cheaper than the 9.8. Hold on. Take this.
Yeah, I was like, wait a
divided
second.
by 6.
$10.
Come on. Yeah. Take this divided by 6. Hold on there, Wayseeker. Let's fucking get our panties on twist.
Hey,
Stop ruining little
$11.
fucking kids.
$11.
Hey, stop ruining little kids' Christmases. Let's take it easy
I'm going
here.
to tell you that this numbers don't make
Let's take it easy here. Look at how excited you got. $13.10. There you go. $13.10.
That's
All right, $13.10. That was the grand sum total. All right. And then one sale for a 9.8 in the last month. So I kind of just took it off the last month too. If it was
Maybe
over,
this might happen if it does show up. If the character does show up, that might happen. The
no,
price.
yeah. So raw dogs are, yeah. That's why I use a calculator. One sale for $74.99. One sale for $74.99 for the 9.8. There we go. So it's either raw dogs for $10 and change, 13, 10. The sad part though is I almost did this, but it was too much work. That's where 65 came from. You can get runs of 1 through 10 for Kanan on the interwebs for about $65.52 right now. They're selling the whole runs, including one in it.
Run goes through 12 though.
I know, but they didn't have 12. So I only did the ones that had at least 1 through 10. So maybe if it had 11, 12 in it, it was. If it didn't have it had to have 1 through 10 for me to get into the average of that too. But then I took that down because that was just too much work and too much nonsense. So we're not going to look between the legs of the beast. The question is, which book are you going to buy? This is why Wayseeker? Why is this book important?
First Finn Rao from Clone Wars and Rebels, Mandalorian, the other Protectors.
He was part of the Protectors, and we got the Neo Protector. So it could have been a Neo Protector symbol that we saw on the side of the Mandalorians we saw doing the Desert Cross. So the question is, well, I don't fucking care if either one show up. I think it would be kind of cool. But if you think it's kind of like a double sword question, one, this is also a dirt cheap book. This one's getting cheaper too, I think, at this point. It's pretty cheap for either one of these books, to be honest.
Getting cheaper. Yeah, it was expensive for a little while there.
Mm-hmm. The question is, you can only choose one. Which one would you choose? Would you choose the Barris book or would you choose the Fenn book? And that's the question we have. So you got to choose one at those prices. You can ask again. I want to see what chat would do. I want to see what you guys would do. Wayseeker, if you could choose only one, feel free to choose one. Which one would you choose? Which is the better book here for the future of Mandalore season 3?
I guess it depends on what we're looking for. So I think there's a lot more Kanan 10s out there than there are Republic 65s. So if Barris comes, I think that book goes up a lot more than Kanan 10 does. But I think Finn Rao has a better chance of showing up of the two. But because I want to go with the upside, I'll take the Republic 65.
Even though you think the other one has a better chance of showing up.
Correct.
And you think people are actually going to give a shit?
Yes. I don't know if anybody can give a shit about either of them, to be honest. But I mean, if somebody saves Grogu, that people will care. Because it will be connected to Grogu, and people will care about Grogu.
Interesting. What do you got, Dom?
All right, I hopped into our YouTube thing. I put a poll up so
nice.
they can answer there.
Awesome.
Too.
Which one do you got, Dom? What book do you got? This is a way where Dom actually gets to play 2 games. 1, I like this book. 2, I actually think this character is going to show up. But we also are giving him a hard decision because he thinks every character is going to show up. So I narrowed it down to 2 where it gives him a 50-50 chance.
Star Wars Republic 65 already has a high value to it already. There's also action figures with the same comic in it, the one they have at the 2-pack action figures.
You definitely have to pay more to buy the Republic.
I'm just saying, but anyway, make a long story short, if you really want to, it could be Barris, it could be her, because they've been talking about her forever, But what are the odds that Grogu was saved by Mandalorians?
Where did that come from?
I'm just saying.
This is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing it.
I'm going to say 0.
I know, but I'm just saying.
We want you to take a shot.
I know.
Not even 0.18 or whatever. It's not even.
Look, I'm just saying. The odds of that.
You said, you put that up before he even said it. That's fucking amazing. All right,
no, he said it. That's why I put it up.
Hey, you can put a timer up if you want for him to say his nonsense, but let him get his nonsense out. Okay.
Nah, I'm just saying the whole fact is that most likely it's going to be Barris. If you turn around, I think it's going to be her. So,
why would that be the more likely one?
I would like the.
You just said that the Mandalorian saved. I don't understand.
No. I'm just saying that the odds of a Mandalorian saving Grogu, like anybody else that's going to save him in that particular time. And look, Star Wars is forever changing stories. You don't know. It could be somebody else, a bounty hunter that freaking saved him.
Probably Rex.
You don't
probably
know.
Rex or something like that.
It's probably Rex.
Yeah. You don't know. So basically, until they actually show the person who actually saved Grogu, it's still going to be up a mystery. But most likely, odds it's Barris, because Barris has been mentioned that she's showing up in every friggin' thing down the road.
But I don't think that has to be the only reason.
But Dom, they're 0 for 3. Every time they said she was going to show up, They're 0 for 3.
Yeah. You know,
All right, next up, Jedi, what do you got?
So I think odds are that who we'll see in episode or in season 3, I think it's Finn Rao, or however the first I've ever heard of this person was in when you guys were chatting about him or her. But I think odds are probably better that it is they in that shows up. But having said that, I still want to go with the 65 because it's got I think better upside if and when Barris ever shows up, and it's got Mace on the cover, so that's cool too. I do want to throw in that I just when you guys brought up this episode or this Kanan 10, I just think it's funny because this is my bad luck. So there was a period probably in the past couple of summer, maybe the summer before, where every time I would find some Kanan comics in the dollar bins or the $2 bins or whatever, I would grab them. I would grab all these things. I have yet to none of the ones I bought out of these bins have had any spec or whatever at all.
Yeah, you always find like issue 7, don't you?
None of it. Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, episode
I always
10.
find that one.
No,
Whatever reason,
don't have that one either. Son of a bitch. So all the ones that are apparently worth anything or have any sort of significance, I don't have. So,
you never know. Save
my
them.
long answer of saying I want, I'll take 65.
Yeah, Dom, let him finish. All right, good. I don't know who's more confusing now because literally said the better book. I think what I said is the better book to take for this show and more likely to have it and more likely to hit is 10, but I'll take 65. Okay. Pete, what do you got? Is that well,
what is
right?
Wait, what exactly is the question? I know you're saying choose between the two books.
Yeah, I mean choose between the two books. So it's like pretty much like, listen, you're choosing it on
Am I
what you
only
know so
choosing
far.
it based off of Mandalorian season?
Yeah,
3?
Mandalorian 3. What you think? It's kind of like a double thing. Is it like is 65 kind of at the type of value? Is anybody going to give a shit?
That's why.
Are you going to lose more money?
Well, that's why I think Jedi's explanation it kind of works.
Except for that, if you think Fenn's going to show up.
Well, no, I'd say likelihood of showing up in Mandalorian season 3 is probably a better chance, albeit still very, very small.
The odds are better, maybe.
But I think if I were to be buying one of these two books, I would probably go with 65 because I feel like Barris also has shots with Ahsoka and other shit. Like there's still.
Okay, no. We're just focusing on Mando. We're focusing on Mando 3. We're focusing on Mando 3. Just not. We're not talking about.
No. Well, that's why I was asking the question.
That's a Mando 3 situation. You got to choose one. We're trying to make it as difficult as possible to narrow it down.
Can I clarify something then?
Please do.
So even though I say the odds are more likely that, I mean, I think there's odds that we could see Barris in Mando 3. I think there's more. The odds are higher. We will see the other one, Finn or whatever. But I don't think even if we get Finn, I don't think people are really going to care as much as
that's
if
also
we
part of it.
Barris.
Good, thank you.
If we get Barris, it's a higher, it's a bigger yield.
Yes,
I guess.
and that's why I also agree, and I'm with Jedi. I'm with 65, as well as the chat that answered the poll. The poll is 62%, 65.
But there were some people in the chat that voted that way because they said for Ahsoka. This is strictly good. I'm glad we're doing it this way so we can explain what it's strictly for. I like the reasoning and rationale behind what Jedi said, and you said Pete too, and Dom actually. What Dom said, I really do because that's what I kind of wanted to get at. I want to get at like where the rumor is, which one would you buy, what would you think, what's the height that you think these could get, but staying with that, like you can't use because then she could show up down in Ahsoka, like. Yeah, we're not saying if we miss. Well, you only get to choose. Yeah,
I know, but that's also playing into the decision. If you're actually going to be pulling money out of your wallet, it's better to have more opportunities than not. You know, I get what you're saying, what you're trying to do, but ultimately, people are going to look at it like, well, still got a shot with another show.
I mean, Finn Rao has a shot with Ahsoka too, because Finn Rao was part of Rebels and was working with Sabine there for a long time.
I mean, they're very similar characters.
So I'm not saying that there isn't a shot, but. Yeah, I just think the higher upside.
It's better upside, as he said. If we got a Jedi returning, I think it's got better upside than. All right, we got a random Mandalorian. I
think there's less likelihood of. I think there's less likelihood. Well, that's not also what he said. He did say that there's a more likelihood that Fenn was going to show up.
Yes, but right on that. He also said, and if he does, will anybody care? Really,
that's a very interesting point. Will anybody care? And that's kind of. I actually think on both occasions. I'm not sure anybody is going to give that much of a shit. Like, I really don't think that people are going to give that much of a shit if Fenn shows. Like, we will. Like, I will. I think it's cool either way. But I don't actually think that it's going to make that much of a difference in the market if either one shows up at all. I think the hype of what came for these books in the and that's why I kept bringing up, they've missed on it 3 times already. I think the hype of her showing up had already gotten that book to above like where it was going to be at its high point.
No, yeah, I agree. It's already hit its
So
high.
now that's where the factoring comes in.
I still
if
think
this
it
book
can get closer.
Yeah, if this book was going for closer to $75, like $50 for a 9.8, yeah, I'd feel more comfortable buying this book. With this, can we get a book that has one 9.8 for $75? Can we get that book up to maybe $100?
No.
For a 9.8 if he shows up? Probably. Likelihood is you can.
I think
because there's a sucker born to
but
The artwork,
maybe 120.
Yeah, maybe 120. The question is, if she shows up, how high is the 9.8 going to go? Are we really going to get $200 out of it?
9.8 prices. I was looking at Raw Dog.
Yeah, Raw Dog.
I'm not a 9.8 shopper.
Right.
not for anything, man. The artwork in the Star Wars Republic books are so. Why can't they do artwork like that now? You know, the artwork looks fantastic. Just that one page.
I think this one can get to 300 if she shows up.
Oh, I don't think it'll. No,
I think we'll hit 300.
I don't think.
I think it will be a couple sales and it'll come right back down. But if you put it up there at 300 before and she does show up, there'll be a $300 sale.
You're saying one $300 sale,
but you got to have.
But this is the problem. I don't think saying like, because we can't tell if the $300 sale is right or not. So if it's one, I don't think that's like legitimately to see what the market is. Because my question is, are you going to be the first one? Like, I'm talking for the average person that's in the chat. Are you the one that's going to buy this book and get that 9.8 sold for $300? Probably not.
Probably not.
You probably
not for anything.
I own a 9.8, but I'm not going to sell my 9.8.
But my point is, like, for the average person, they're not seeing that 300. Do you think the average person can get like average? Not because we're doing an average here too. Because then I could say, look, well, the top book here sold for $210, so you're really only making $50 off that book. I'm trying to do a $50 difference here, so like $200. Is the average going to settle at $200 for this book?
I think it'll be above 250 if Barris shows. I think it will go
interesting
275. That's what I'll say the average will be.
See, like that's what I mean. I know we put the poll out there, but I wonder if people would change their mind at that point. Because do you think you could get? I mean, I think you could get $120. I mean, I actually think the books are very similar. To be honest with you, I think no matter who shows up, it's going to be a similar rise percentage-wise in either one of these sales if they show up. I think you have a more likelihood of this character showing up than the other one. No, and if she doesn't show up here, I don't think she's going to show up in Ahsoka. To be honest,
here's the difference, though. The Ophi already had, like as you pointed out, it already had its highs. It's easier to remind people about a book than convince them the importance of a character that they may not be aware of, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
this is the problem.
But this
is the problem. When you're going to have these books there and people have them, and all of a sudden a character that people haven't put up high, people are like, oh shit, well this book in a 9.8 is only $60. Oh shit, this Raw is only $12, and they start and the amount of them are selling. You know how this works. 32 of these books have sold over the last hour. More and more momentum goes, more and more momentum goes, more and more momentum goes. The price drives up because people are like, well, shit, somebody just bought 20 of these books. Yeah, but they bought them for $7. The next available price first is $20. Somebody's like, well, shit, if 20 of these are already sold, I better buy the $20 one because the next book after that's going to be $30. And you see, that's a better riser than this book here where you're like, well, this book at one point, because they'll look at historical value at this point, like in this average, I think I can see what the average is. I can give you the auction number on this. The auction is 160. You know but there was a $200 book there. You know, but there's also 79 in there too that is sold recently. Like that's how far this fell down. Now, if this was at a 79 now, sure, I'd 100% be picking this up for 79 because I definitely think it can get up to a $200 book. But I mean, when you have the opposite selling thing go, there's a lot of people who have this book. I have this book. I got a couple of copies of this book.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I want her to show up. But I'm also very realistic. My shit's already listed and ready to go at a price I think it's going to sell. So, like,
I have no idea if I have this.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, shit.
Real quick. So, think about it. The odds of her showing up in Mando. the better odds of this guy showing up from Kanan is a better chance of him showing up than Afi, because I think Afi more likely, if you're going to talk about Grogu, the person who saved Grogu.
Wait, Kanan showing up where? Kanan
No,
up
I'm
where?
saying the Kanan.
The person that was in Kanan.
Fett.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm saying, I think if you're going to see who really saved Grogu, I think they might save that for Ahsoka, more of a Jedi-oriented type of show compared to the Mandalorian. I think the Mandalorian, they're going to tease certain things. You're not going to find out.
Wait, I'm sorry. So you're thinking that fucking Grogu's story is going to be told? The Ahsoka show is all about Grogu?
No. I don't know. I'm not saying it's about Grogu. I think about if you're going to find out more about Grogu, it might be in Ahsoka because it's more Jedi based. This, I don't think you're going to see that you're going to see her save him in this, because the real mystery is that, yeah, if she saved him, how do you wind up with the Nikto guys on Navarro?
That's a different story. That's a story
I know, a different story, but the fact is that how, like, that story is more fascinating than finding out who saved Grogu in Order 66.
They don't do the most fascinating stories in Star Wars, bro. I don't know what you've been watching lately, but that's usually what the novels are left for.
All the
Once
backstory.
again, you're making Wayseeker my point about that Bad Batch episode.
Yeah, well, totally. Marco, I think I disagree with you about. I think Barriss is more likely to show up in Ahsoka than in Mando, because Barriss's and Ahsoka's story are so intertwined. So the fact that, like, Ahsoka gets framed and it's Barriss who frames.
Yeah, I mean, you're basing that off of like the one story arc on Clone
Wars. Multiple story arcs. They grew up together. They're Padawans together.
It was one story arc on Clone Wars.
Multiple seasons worth of stories. Anyway, doesn't matter. To me, their stories more intertwined.
Right. I mean, if it would make sense, I guess, not in the time frame, but if they wanted to drop a cameo of her, yes. Okay. But once again, this is still based off, like, when we're looking at these two books, I'm going to end up looking at it right before the show starts, then halfway through the show, and then when the show ends, and we're going to see how that works out. It's just, a nice, fun way, because I know that not everybody specs in here, but it's also a nice, fun way to do Rumors with Dom, where we can keep them focused on.
What do you think Finn Rao Raw will sell for if Finn Rao shows up?
Oh, maybe 9 Raw or 9.8? Raw. 20, like what was it? Guys said $13 is what it's going for right now.
Yeah, 13 right now.
$20.
$30, I think is worth.
Yeah. So maybe at the highest $40. Highest $40. I would think that highest $40, 9/8, probably highest 135, 145 mark.
So that would be the biggest upswing if you want to make the money off of Kanan 10.
I would actually think that if
Not
one character, I'll be honest with you, if one character shows up, I would think that the one character that makes more money that shows up would be you have is the question, do I think what character shows up percentage wise, what would be more profitable? Is that what you're asking me?
I was just
because if it is, it's Kanan 10.
Curious.
100%
Kanan
10.
Barriss Ophi shows
100%.
up. Do you think
if both characters show up, Kanan 10 percentage wise makes more money. Because right now, realistically, Raw in good shape, you can get that book. I know it's an average 13, but you can get that book pretty easily for between around the $5 to $8 mark. Where this, and that's not a book that's going down. That's a book that's been stagnant in that price level for a while. Where this book is a book that is dropping in price. As Pete said, there's a lot of people who are like sometimes people try to hold on to books that they've overpaid for. This isn't one that you see a ton of auctions for. It's a lot of best offers and buy it nows. So, and it's not in group sets, right? So I would say that this one probably percentage wise won't raise as high. Plus, to be honest with you, as much as you say it's a huge story arc and everybody cares, I don't think people that actually I don't think it mattered. Neither character, I think, matters.
I hear what you're saying, but if, for instance, they decide they want to do that and they show Barriss Ophi as the one who saves Grogu, and we see her tied in on the Ahsoka show because they have limited characters that already have a history that they can utilize.
Yeah, you get to choose one. You only get to choose one, John. You get to choose one of the other two. One of these two.
No, I'm saying, but you keep saying both if I want to. You can't tell me how to think. I'm explaining to you the rationale that you could do both, which would up the profile of this character. more easily than introducing another random Mandalorian onto the stage, is what I'm saying.
No,
I know what you're saying.
Sorry,
Focus is just on
you
this
glitched
show.
right there. I don't know. I was talking to John. What are you asking me now?
No, I'm saying, is it that far-fetched that they might take a character that has ties to both and introduce her and utilize her in both because it's a character?
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
if they were to do it, you have a better chance there.
Do you, selling wise? After between the selling points between when rumors come out, which you got to remember, she's already had that happen a bunch of times. When you see it in a trailer or it's hinted at in a trailer, and then when you actually see it for the first time, you think the second and third hold that much value, especially for a character which, but by the way, let's play along with where she actually ranks truthfully overall. I mean, is she that much better than a Black K?
No, I'm not saying that either.
Well, that's where I'm just saying, like when you ask me where I position.
Yeah, but
like,
the tough part about Black K is Black K has such a high print run with 5 prints.
He was also came out during
and multiple 1 in 50s and a 1 in 200. The amount of comics out there for Black K just makes that a really hard spec.
He was also at one of the high points of people just buying bullshit. Go ahead, Jedi. Sorry.
I was just saying it's hard for me to really give you my choice based on, I think, what you're wanting me to base my choice on.
I really want Don to talk about some
which is resale. Seems like you're wanting the decision to be made on resale. Mm-hmm. My decision would be based on, as a collector, which one do I want the most, and that's going to be 65.
No, what my thing. Well, I was thinking as a collector. I thought because you guys would get FOMO as a collector, you'd probably want the one that's going to show up the most too. That's why I figured it was fair to do 2 books and just stick it to Mando 3, because when Mando 3 comes out, if you don't have Kane and 10, which you said you don't, the minute she shows up, you're not going to want it? You're not going to FOMO over it?
It depends. Not necessarily.
Are you going to FOMO if she shows up? If she shows up in 65, let's say she shows up, are you going to FOMO over that book?
If Barris shows up?
Yeah.
If Barris shows up and she is the one, and even if it's in a flashback, and she is the one that actually saves Grogu, and there's any really indication, that she could show up again in Ahsoka or something. Now, if she dies the heroic death saving Grogu and she dies doing that, well, then that's maybe a little different. But if she survives, she saves Grogu, and there's any sort of like hint, a sniff that there are further adventures, then yeah, I'm definitely going to want Barris.
That's an interesting.
I don't know, based on what I don't know hardly anything about Finn. The hairs on my arm are not tingling over Finn. I don't.
Well, he had
character.
He had as much story arc as Offie did.
Well, when was the last Mandalorian season? What months did that run? I'm just curious. Do you guys remember by any chance?
Last was it?
It was Christmas of
2021.
All right. I'm just trying to reconcile some things because I'm looking at your 65 and I'm looking at 9.8 sales for your 65, which you listed as being down to about $150. I'm looking at sales of $300 in May of this year.
I did for the last month.
May of this year, $350 in March of this year. My point being is that when a book has hit that high, I think it's easier to get closer to that. If the character were to return, I get it. It's second, third bite at the apple.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know when you see it start to dribble down as far as it's dribbled down when you're getting books for $70 or $89. That's what I'm just saying. Like, it's already like the kind of. I get what you're saying. I see that Jedi. What you actually answered right there, by the way. That's why I wanted with different points of view for everybody. Like Dom gives us the like speculation, just the point of view of who he thinks is going to show up and where. You gave us the like as a collector, so you don't get FOMO. Wayseeker as a seller. I appreciate it. So I know the poll. What was the poll again, Pete? Are we done with the poll?
Yeah, I ended the poll a while ago.
You just ended it? So you got the
No,
answer
I
you
thought
like.
I thought we were done talking
I did
about
too.
it.
Hey, Zach.
I didn't think you were going to argue over dumb points after that, but here
Not
we
dumb
are.
points. We'll see how dumb it is. We will look at these points.
Marco, you didn't give your answer.
No. I'm saying
Yeah, I did.
you were
You did?
arguing over little things.
Yeah,
I'm telling you
I
what
would-
you think and how we make our decisions.
It was a push.
I don't think either one probably is going to show up. But if I have to take a chance on it percentage wise, I would take the Kanan 10 because
Marco's a numbers guy, so
Yeah.
I figure he would go with 10.
yeah, I'd go with Kanan because it's all about the numbers for me, like it always is. So numbers wise, Kanan makes the most amount of sense. I mean, but that's like it's just different introspective from all of us, which I think I don't know. Maybe this segment sucked, but I thought it was pretty good. I liked hearing it. I thought it was pretty good, but that's why I'd go with Kanan 10 just because
I didn't turn my camera off, so it must have been pretty good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but that's it. So I think that different feel where we could get a little bit. I think these are better than like I know Jedi just he hates the market reports. Just absolutely.
I hate Ewoks. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Market.
He's like every time we say market report, he goes TPS. What? Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
TPS report.
Yeah, so I thought this is maybe a little bit better way of doing it, which also gives us a better. I mean, guys, tell me what you thought about it. It gives a better element where you get points of views because we do have very different points of views, especially considering what different people do. Like Dom and Jedi are huge collectors. You know what I mean? Like they do a collector-based thing. Wayseeker is getting into the selling game, and Pete just gives away books all the fucking time. So what does he know? But like, what?
Pete's got to put some cards up on eBay. That's what his week's.
Yeah, Pete still hasn't got the cards up on eBay. Yeah, that was the whole point of that exercise.
A small percentage of me still thinks that someone outside of Jedi saved Grogu. It's not a Jedi.
You're most likely correct on that.
Yeah, I think you're most likely correct too. Which would highly lean that
to save Grogu.
I'm just
but I mean, so here's the thing with the offie, and I hate to wreck people's dreams with it. I shouldn't do this to people. Here's the thing with the offie thing, right? With her symbol, right? Y'all guys ever watch a little TV show called Andor? Y'all remember we saw a lot of shit in Andor. We saw Sith holocrons and Jedi holocrons. We saw Star Killer. Not one of those motherfuckers. None of that shit ever showed up. Not a fucking.
That's bad. That's bad argument right there.
What are you talking about? It's an Easter egg.
Andor was not a Filoni part where Filoni loves to put cameos and put tease things.
No, he likes to play with his characters. You're correct on that.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking here about somebody who didn't have any sets of like wanting to bring things in, and somebody in the background put all that stuff there.
But you just heard him say that he liked that form of Andor better than what he was doing.
Yeah, but
he did say that.
Done. This show's been done.
He did say that in an interview, but I don't know if that means that he did it before, he did it after. So we'll see.
So the hardest thing to me about Barriss is Barriss isn't at the temple because Barriss isn't a Jedi at the time. So how does Barriss get back to the temple to save Grogu? That one doesn't make sense to me.
That makes sense at all.
But everybody wants a good redemption story. So
okay, so where is she? Because I thought she was being held. She was in.
No, she got out of jail. She's in the underworld. She's working and shit. Like for a while, she went to the underworld to go work and shit. And
so
who knows where she is now?
She could have ties to the gangs on Nefaro or something like that.
I think
she could help smuggle it. If Rex go, oh good lord, why am I doing this?
Do it.
I don't see.
Okay, here we go.
With all due respect to Dom, I just don't see the Mandalorian piece in that.
I don't either.
How that
so here's a way it could connect. Oh, fucking. So let's say that Rex comes through, or Cody. Let's say a clone.
It can't be Cody. Cody.
Let's say what?
It can't be Cody. Cody was still with.
Whatever. I'm saying a clone. Let's say it's a clone. Let's say a clone.
No clone.
Let's say a clone saves Grogu and smuggles it out. And while they're smuggling it out, they need to find a way to get off the planet. And guess who helps them get off the planet? You could have Offie, because it would make sense of where she would be at the time to help smuggle off Grogu. That would be an easy way to have her participate, her redemption story,
and then you could take it to a dark place.
And then what?
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna connect how it could be a Mandalorian. That's what I thought.
I don't think it's a Mandalorian. No, it's 100% not a fucking Mandalorian. That's
that doesn't make. Hey, we're flying by. Hey, let's swing down and see what's going
Yeah.
on.
We're gonna go hang out of the Jedi temple.
they were too
Oh,
busy
hey,
getting their
this little
fucking
Yoda
planet
baby's
bombed and
alive.
they were too busy getting their planet bombed and shit. They weren't. What the fuck? No, it was the last person it was a fucking Jedi or a Mandalorian. So unless Sabine Wren somehow all of a sudden for no reason shows up and saves her.
Sabine Wren.
But would Rex have had
Or,
his chip removed yet? It wouldn't be
Get over
removed
Sabine
yet.
Wren be.
What Jedi? I
It's
couldn't
got to
hear
be
you.
somebody you least expect. It's not going to
Sabine Wren? What do you mean? Sabine Wren was not too old during that. She'd be like 12. Sabine Wren's 12 years old coming in and saving Grogu when she's like 5. I don't fucking know.
Wait,
She's a 5-year-old.
Somebody that was on the planet.
She would have
Somebody that
been
was
like
on-
-2 or something at that point.
Somebody that
because
was in the
13
temple.
years
No, not
before
-2.
Rebels.
No,
There was somebody in the temple that
like
wasn't Jedi, wasn't Imperial, that took Grogu, and that
the librarian. We're gonna get cast anew.
It's more likely to be Bo-Katan if it's going to be any Mandalorian. We're going to have
Yeah.
Bo-Katan come in with.
It's more likely to be Darth Maul than a
Darksaber.
Mandalorian.
imagine
I
that
think.
Darth Maul did it. The Underworld.
No, what really happened was Clone 99 didn't die or
You were
whatever.
going for 3 hours. Whether
Yeah,
you wanted to.
whatever.
still
I was
mopping?
trying to get out of this. What really happened was Clone 99 didn't die. His hunchback's ass comes back and fucking goes through it. It saves her. It smuggles her out.
It was
And
the
ends a
janitor.
smuggler to Omega.
Yeah,
And Omega technically is a clone, but
It
then she
was
gets
the
anointed as a Mandalorian. Like
You know, it was the friggin' the janitor.
yeah,
Of
that's
the freaking
99.
goddamn Coruscant.
that's what I said. 99. That's who 99 is.
Well, actually, you know what?
Yeah, you put him in the
All
mop
kidding
bucket.
aside,
and
You laugh about things. Think
He
about
wasn't
this.
a janitor in the Jedi temple, though.
Now he is. You laugh
Now
at
he
things.
is. Okay.
he
They don't
got
let
he got
anybody in
fired. They
there,
let him
like-
go.
Joe Costa's like,
No.
the janitor's okay, but nobody else.
Now, who's
Go
to
ahead.
say-
Let's hear one more crazy thing that you're just saying.
You know what? It could be what's his face? Leah's father.
Bail. That's what somebody said that in
Bill
chat.
Bail
Organa.
Organa?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Bail Organa saves everybody.
You know what? It could be him. Bill Organa. But
Oh, AOA? Give it to him, dude. Give him the bell, bro. Give it to AOA.
there you go.
Ring the bell.
Give it to
It's
him.
Maul's old legs who saved Grogu. That's fucking funny, dude.
I guarantee it's gonna be like when we see who does save him, we're gonna be like, holy, we didn't like. I guarantee it's gonna be one of those.
No, we'll probably think it's stupid.
Yeah, I
Now
I'm
we're
not gonna
thinking
shut up.
like
Most
this is
likely
stupid.
to
It
be.
doesn't progress the story.
What?
Luke's gonna come back and he's gonna use the world between worlds and save Grogu that way. We're gonna be like,
Nah,
You're like,
actually,
wait, what?
what's his
I was
name?
asking real quick.
What?
No, what's his
I wanted
name?
to ask.
The
I
Handmaidens.
wanted,
go ahead,
The
I
Jedi.
wanted to
Handmaidens
ask
Table.
real quick because it's and I'm kind of timid to do this because it's kind of a
You
time.
wanted to bring
question.
Sabe into
Rex-
the conversation.
Rex's chip has not been removed yet
No.
whenever. So, is Rex really a viable candidate to save Grogu?
No, man. Rex isn't.
So-
none of these fucking people are viable candidates. Hey,
Okay.
You know
Jedi.
that Rex, even though Rex doesn't have his chip removed, he still leaves somehow.
Yeah, and he also because he got the head damage, so he's like 50-50 anyhow. Like his thing has never worked properly. So
We see Rex with Ahsoka right after the funeral, so he's gone. Right at that time, like
Wait a minute, maybe I'm getting it mixed up. I thought Ahsoka removed his chip. Am I wrong on that? Or was with him when he removed his chip? Or maybe
Yeah,
I'm
no,
wrong.
because he got an
Okay.
accident before that. His accident was before Order. His accident was before Order 66, wasn't it?
Okay. Never
I'm
mind.
just saying that in Tales of the Jedi, we see Rex with Ahsoka as Ahsoka
Yeah.
leaves in that stupid episode where like it makes no sense canon wise, but we do see it in Filoni's canon, whatever.
Why do we have that still?
So it would.
R2. Why not? R2 has a compartment for everything. I'm talking about this
R2,
one.
dude. How much you want to bet it isn't R2? R2 knew already.
I'm just
Jeez.
saying R2 has a compartment for everything else. Why
Wow.
not have a compartment to stick Grogu in? Why not?
I got it.
Where's Kenny Baker gonna fit?
Listen, I got it. Durge was on Coruscant fighting some of the clones.
He wants to
before
buy a
Order
hot
66
toy,
happened.
apparently.
Dom just wants Dirge in everything. Like, get me Dirge, more Dirge.
Meet Durge. He saved him.
Yeah, I think the
So that's
Mandalorians.
happy
I think the
either.
Mandalorians are more likely than Dirge. That's how high Dirge is.
I think we're gonna find out Grogu was chasing a butterfly and fell down a vent, and that's how he survived.
There you go.
Then an Ugnaught found him with
With the dust bunnies.
with Vader's
Dust
hand.
bunnies,
and
yeah.
It's gonna be the dust bunnies.
Luke's
that
hand and
stay-
a
We need to make that
lightsaber.
canon. That's all we need is for dust bunnies to be canon.
How about it was Moff Gideon
Found them.
and held him, and they
All
got
right.
he lost.
We done?
Yeah.
We done?
we're
We
done.
end this before 3 hours.
We are. So
Hey, before we go, promo for obviously episode 25 of MCN Melcar Madness. We are gonna have a special guest, and I'll just give a hint. He is the most handsome guy on the channel.
He's ruggedly handsome.
He's ruggedly handsome.
you're
We're
taking
gonna
that
have
into your own hands, man. Good luck.
So
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
God knows what he's going to try to give away, but he is going to be joining us. And it's really going to be part one of our eventual debate over the better music, 80s or 90s. So you won't see the debate this episode, but this is kind of the prequel.
You're debating what's better, the 80s or the 90s?
80s was the
Yeah.
best.
You Wayseeker, the dumb nonsense I have to put up with hearing, you wouldn't believe, bro. So make sure you turn it to that trade, Rec, because that's what it's going to end up
No,
being.
I thought it was more focused on hair metal bands.
hair
and
metal.
grunge.
It'll be hair metal.
We're
It'll be.
talking
Oh, yeah.
about-
Yeah,
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
80s,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, like
man.
90s
He
hip
wants-
hop and things like that. Like
No, no,
those
no,
are-
no,
No, I get
no,
that.
no.
80s.
No, he wants to turn this into a music. He thinks he's going to be a musical debate, like great thing, and everybody's going to tune into it. He wanted tier listing of hair metal at one point, and I'm just like, that's too much, dude. It's
Well,
like
we
we kind of
could do that. That
Huh?
is doable.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, that when you hear his plan. So.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I'm not saying his
we're
plan.
gonna,
I'm
we're gonna
just
give
saying
him the.
we
We're
could
gonna give
still
him a
do-
platform, and he's gonna make his argument.
It was the 80s.
You're gonna give him something. Yeah. Good luck. Make sure you turn into that. It should be something. At least
And
nothing.
giveaways.
Yep, and giveaways. So that's
And
Friday. So
please,
make sure you watch Friday.
Will you watch episode 24 and pick the best intro to get your name on the
we've
wheel
already-
so we can give away stuff? Thank you very much.
By
It's
giveaway stuff,
obvious- I
Dom
mean, we've
needs to
already-
get rid of his stuff. So please give Dom the opportunity to get rid of his
I mean,
stuff.
like Pete kind of mentioned it earlier. One of them is already like running away with it, but hey, just vote anyway. You get your name on.
Get your name on the wheel, and we will spin
prize, so.
in the anniversary in the episode 25, which we made it to 25. So there you go.
Huh?
There we go. What?
I have no.
Thank you
I
for
have no
that.
clue
Thank you for allowing us a PSA.
Anyway,
Whatever they
watch all
said.
the stuff. Hidden Gems
Yeah.
will be tomorrow.
Watch all the stuff.
No Chasing Ghosts on Tuesday. You're getting a top 10 toys on Tuesday, and I'm bringing back goddamn Shogun Warriors. So watch that on
Yes.
Tuesday.
Oh,
And and then we'll have shorts dropping here and there. So with that, we'll see you guys soon. All right, later.
Yeah, maybe we should bring back that.
What?
Back
Well, you can if you guys do it.
I don't got time for that. I drink too much. All right, let's go.
Bring it back.